Welcome everybody to our next session of Dragon of Icespire Peak. We find ourselves back here with the group, or at least most of the group. One of our players unfortunately won't be able to make it with us tonight, so he will be out. That is the player playing Aomir, our elf. However, we do have both Bryn and Finn back with us tonight, so welcome back to the two of them. And as usual, we will do a quick recap and get started with our session for tonight. Alright guys, so last session, you'll likely recall, we picked up with the group being in the Dwarven Fortress of Axholm, the abandoned fortress that the group had been going through with the intention of trying to clear it out and make it suitable for habitation should the citizens of Phandalin need a place to retreat to. The group had found much danger in Axholm as they had been plumbing its depths and finding several different undead creatures coming out after them, coming down through the chimneys, coming through crevices in the walls. Anywhere that there could be for danger to come from, that is where they were coming from. But when we picked up last week, the group had been resting near the entrance to Axholm with the intention of waiting for Gorlami, their newest companion, to regain consciousness after the big battle with a bunch of ghouls. And once that was completed, the idea then was to start making their way through Overland to head back to Phandalin. Unfortunately, outside of Axholm, in fact, there had been this very nasty, we'll say, looking greenish rain that had come down upon the land and had seemingly pooled and congealed almost on the ground. So the group had some concerns about traversing through that, what it could mean. Previously, Kurtu had been just sprinkled really with this water as he blasted open a gap in a chimney, and some of the rain had touched him and he felt pretty ill after that for a reasonable period of time. So the group was, of course, understandably weary about traveling through. In addition to that, we had both the slain body of Cat with the group, as well as already mentioned Gorlami being unconscious. The group then started making their way out of Axholm after an hour or two of rest. I think it might have been just an hour, as the group realized Gorlami hadn't popped up just yet, and every moment they spent in Axholm was a chance for something else nasty to come after to get them. So Kurtu did spend a bit of time looking through the remains of several of those dwarven ghouls and ransacking their boots in order to allow for some of the teammates to have a second layer of boots as they started walking through. Only some of the boots were obviously suitable for this, as only the largest sizes of the boots would work to allow our characters to get a second layer, but luckily we have several small characters in the group, so that was much easier finding dwarven boots that would fit over their current boots. And the group then started making their way through this terrible looking, almost like gel on the ground where all this greenish rain had come down and sort of congealed. The group did start making their way through and noticed after traveling for just a short while, it was nearly impossible to keep this greenish liquid from getting through the clothing, through the boots, even the double layer, as it seemed to just suffuse into the cloth material or leather material of the boots and just penetrate pretty quickly inside. Over time, traveling from Axholm and trying to make their way back to Phandalin, the group started suffering some effects from this exposure to this greenish rain, including this poison type effect. It just very nasty stuff getting into the group's skin, again, as their boots just got so much of this water on them, it was unable to keep them completely dry. The group started again suffering these effects, suffering some damage, in fact, from this poisonous condition as they slowly made their way to Phandalin. In traveling this way, the group did come upon, it's noticed off in the distance, the windmill at Umbridge Hill, and decided that based on these poisonous effects, it was really dragging them down. Maybe it would make more sense to head to the windmill and try to rest there. The group was able to travel long enough for Gorlami to regain consciousness. He then cast a spell to try to aid some of the group members, but then suffered some additional poison effects and actually ended up dropping again. Eventually, the group did make their way all the way back to the windmill, but unfortunately, were not able to bring Cat's body all the way with them, as the weight was just really dragging them down. So they left Cat's body more towards the bottom of Umbridge Hill and finally got their way up into the windmill, with some of the group members just being unfortunately unconscious and not able to maintain their consciousness through this trip. But luckily for them, once they got to Umbridge Hill, the healer here, Adabra, was willing to tend to them after she recognized some members of the group. And there was actually this other gentleman here at the windmill, this gruff-looking dwarf, who seemed to be of particular interest, or have a particular interest in Gorlami. The group questioned whether or not this was the dwarf that Gorlami had told them about, Kadash, who he said he was looking for, and eventually the group realized that this was indeed the case. Kadash was able to use some of his nature training to apply a salve to Gorlami and get him conscious once again, and the two of them then were able to reunite, discussing the occurrence of why they got separated. The short version of that is orcs. Kadash decided to lead them away from Gorlami rather than risking them stumbling upon Gorlami while he was sleeping. So with this reunion complete, the group tried the best they could to rest and recuperate. Unfortunately, Finn, Bryn, and Misa were all suffering some pretty nasty effects from this poison, so the group decided to leave them here at the windmill under the care of Adabra, as the rest of the group made their way back to Phandalin to fill the town in on what had occurred and try to figure out what the next step or next occurrence would be here. Once the team members got back to Phandalin and noticed that a lot of people here at Phandalin were still very concerned about all these going-ons, and in particular, of course, the white dragon that is known to be flying around this area, they made their way to the Stonehill Inn and noticed that there was a very impressive or dominating-looking figure, you might think of it as, someone bigger than life here at the Stonehill Inn. Oh, and wow, I can't believe I passed over this part. So on the travel back, of course, the group did stumble upon a very odd occurrence where we had 3 bodies on the ground and a new individual standing there who was sort of examining this crime scene. And the group approached and was a bit curious as this, I'm going to say eccentric, but I'll let Jordan pick the right word we use as the descriptor here. For Josephine, was sort of examining the bodies here and letting the group know about some issues or part of this investigation, sort of giving the impression that she was looking around trying to figure out what had occurred here. When the group started examining the bodies, they realized that they had been killed through blunt force trauma, and Josephine was holding this nice thick quarterstaff in her hand as she was examining the bodies. Eventually, as the group was maybe putting 2 and 2 together, Josephine just kind of came straight out and said, yeah, she was the one that killed them, as they thought she was an easy mark and jumped her. So after meeting Josephine here and deciding to talk with her a bit, Josephine agreed to join the group in their travel back to Phandalin and go along with the group and try to assist them as she could. So yes, a very interesting character, of course. The group, now complete, made their way back to Phandalin. Noticed that the townsfolk were still very uneasy with everything that had been going on, made their way to the Stonehill Inn, where they noticed this larger-than-life character standing by the bar. They went and spoke with him, and his name was Don John, and he explained that he was actually sent by the Consortium, a group out of Neverwinter, and he was here trying to determine what was the cause of the drop of productivity from a location known as Mountain's Toe, a gold mine northeast of Phandalin. He asked the group if they would be willing to assist him, and as there had been no other major news on Phandalin's front as far as like an orc attack on the town or any scouting reports of the orcs amassing for an attack on Phandalin, the group decided this might be a good opportunity to assist Don John and perhaps gain some friendly allies and maybe even a connection with this consortium group, which sounds like it has deep pockets. So they agreed to go along with him for a stated fee. So Don John, of course, indicated he would pay the group for this, but only once they completed the task and made their way back to Phandalin, having discovered what the problem was. So the group made their way the next morning, traveled overland to the gold mine, and once they arrived there on the outskirts of the mine and started getting just a little bit close to the entrance, they spotted some odd creatures standing out front. It looked sort of like an anthropomorphized rat. 2 of them, in fact. I think at first they only spotted 1, however. And as the group spotted these individuals, kind of started getting a little bit closer, the individuals that actually spoke to the group. The group asked to speak with the leader, trying to figure out why is this production of the gold mine has it gone to basically nil, and the anthropomorphized rat agreed to lead the group in to speak with their leader. The group made their way through this location with Don John in tow, passed through a couple of doors, found the leader, and began speaking to her. And she explained that this group had been kicked out of this area northeast of the gold mine by marauding orcs, and this is seeming to be a pattern that the group has found so far. And they indicated that they then made their way here, and the group asked about the dwarves that were here producing the gold, trying to mine this area. And the leader explained that some of the dwarves were still alive, but some of them attacked and weren't willing to negotiate, and that unfortunately they had been killed. The group kind of negotiated a little bit with these interlopers of the mine, you might think of it as, but eventually, I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, when the recap finishes, but I want to say it was Gorlami who drew his weapon and essentially indicated that, it was on. The group then found themselves in the thick of a battle with these creatures, which were able to, they looked much like humans, but were able to shape change and take on this anthropomorphized rat type form. In addition, the leader called for reinforcements as some giant rats came down and joined the battle, as did some other humans that were shape-shifting to take on this rat-like form, and the group quickly find themselves almost surrounded. Indeed, the leader was struck very badly and killed pretty quickly, though the rest of the enemies proved too much for the group and damaged the group pretty significantly, and eventually demanded the group's surrender. The group agreed to the surrender, and as part of the condition of the surrender was each of them had to submit to essentially a bite from one of these creatures, and the group agreed to do so. Kurtu was a little bit slow in agreeing and didn't do right so away, so his punishment was 2 bites before he was allowed to leave with the rest of the group. Eventually, the group did, in fact, leave, and the leader here explained that the group should never return. If they do, it should be either to join this group, and they would take them in, potentially, or if they came back, they would be killed if they were trying to come here to negotiate or just search around, that sort of thing. So a lot of activity happened last week, guys. That is my quick recap as the group has exited from the gold mine and essentially started making their way back to Phandalin at this point in time. If there's anything I missed here that anybody would like to add, please feel free to do so. Alright, hearing nothing, then I will assume that was sufficient for our group. So, group, we find ourselves, at least those of you that are at the mine, are currently outside of the mine and in the process of heading back to Phandalin. So, in order to try to make the timing of this work and make sense, and we don't have too much downtime for our convalescing characters that are back at Umbridge Hill, is there anything in particular the group is doing other than traveling back to Phandalin?
Do I get a inspiration from my journal, Adam?
Oh yes, my apologies. How did I miss that? Yes, you do indeed.
It's okay. It's been 2 weeks since I've been able to write one because my character was either dead or unconscious. I know that we're not looking too hot, so I was curious if before we travel back, if it would be possible for us to short rest just in case of an encounter.
You certainly could, yep. So it sounds like you are proposing to try to find somewhere that's relatively safe out here and then take a short break to recover some wounds.
Yeah, if that's okay with Eomir and Kurtu. I think that's the only 2 people with us, right? And Josephine.
Yeah, we can tell.
And then make our way back to Phandalin after.
All right, so I'm hearing no disagreements there. So who would like to take the lead to look for a place to just hold up for a short period of time, an hour or so, to catch your breath?
I believe our resident navigator, Eomir, though his player isn't here, would love to do that, and I will help him if it's a survival check.
I think that's appropriate enough since you guys are still with him here at the moment as he's leaving here.
We could always leave him there with the rats and he can be an ambassador or something. He's not here to say no. It's a thought.
All right, so between both Aomir and Josephine, looking around in this nearby area, a couple of miles away from the gold mine, the group is able to discover a small sort of natural lean-to, you could think of it as. There's a small copse of trees here at the base of the foothills where some of these larger sort of rocks kind of serve as a backdrop, and some of the small copse of trees provides a little bit of cover from overhead. Seems good enough that you'd be able to relax here for an hour.
Good job. I need to catch my breath.
All right, so you guys hold up here for about an hour or so and are able to complete a short rest. You may go ahead and set yourselves to max HP as that short rest completes according to our house rule. No to that question, Josephine.
Can I make a con roll for one of my levels of exhaustion?
You can indeed, yes. DC 10.
Oh, I'm going to burn my inspiration pretty early. I'm going to go ahead and try to break it.
All right, sure.
If it's uneventful, can I
Goodness.
spend the half the time to meditate to get my key back?
You can, yes. Okay, so as this short rest completes and you guys are able to recover what you can recover, key and obviously HP, and like I say, go ahead and set your HP to max when you get a moment, and then I presume you're going to begin the trek back to Phandalin.
Yes, sir.
All right, fair enough. So you guys, having recovered your wounds here, start making your way back and traveling over land. Yes, okay, that's a good point. So if you're moving at slower pace, this is obviously going to take you a bit longer. So instead of moving at 3 miles an hour, you're going to move at 2 miles an hour. So to get all the way back to Phandalin, you're looking at about 7 hours of travel at the current pace. You guys traveled all the way there during part of the day, so it's actually later in the day at this point. So you can think of it as being probably somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys rested for an hour, we'll call it 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And you start making your way back. You guys travel for a couple of hours here. It's getting later in the evening at this point, and you're starting to get a bit worn down from all this travel, realizing if you push it any farther, you're going to start risking additional exhaustion.
Guess it's best for us to just find a good place for the night.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we aren't making it back to town tonight.
No. And that creature bit me twice. Did you see that? Yeah, let's rest.
All right, so you guys look once again for another place, and to just sort of fast track this a little bit, group, you do manage to find a reasonable area to rest here, sleep through the night, find yourselves waking up in the morning, not necessarily any more recovered, again, due to our house rules here, but able to once again travel, no longer risking this exhaustion from this point.
Could I burn my second short rest, just me personally, overnight there to see if I can break another level of exhaustion?
So you still have. So yesterday, what you're saying is you only took one, the one that you declared you were taking to try to break the exhaustion, and hadn't taken any others, correct?
Yeah, and then I was going to see if I could use just my second one here.
You can, yes.
Okay, and because I'm making the roll, is it okay if I hero point it?
It's a saving throw, so I mean that's technically no. I'm going to say no on the hero point. No.
Fair enough. I accept your ruling. Here we go. Oh my
Stop.
goodness.
Oh, look, it's a 654. I see a trend.
The game does not want you dropping that exhaustion, girl.
It does. It does not.
All right, so you guys then get up in the morning, grab yourself a quick meal, and begin the rest of the trek back towards Phandalin. So having gotten this little bit of rest, you guys are able to tell that Gorlami does not look any better necessarily, still suffering from the effects of this bad battle that occurred back in the gold mine.
I'm going to try Eomir's method. I'm going to restart roll 20.
So based on that slow speed that you guys are moving, it's going to take you about another 5 hours before you finally get yourself back to Phandalin. So guys, as you arrive back in Phandalin, it is early afternoon at this point in time. You can think of it as, maybe 1 p.m.-ish or so. Sun is high up in the sky. You arrive back in Phandalin and start making your way down towards the Stonehill Inn. Bryn and Finn, you guys were left at the windmill in Umbridge Hill. Eventually, you would have gotten well enough over the course of the last day and a half or so and began to recover here. I'm assuming after recovering, maybe spending a bit of time with Adabra, it's safe to assume the two of you and Misa would also travel back to Phandalin?
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think we said last session that Adabra did indicate to them. We asked her to tell them that we were going back to Phandalin, so I assume they would follow us.
Okay, fair enough. So, Bryn, as you were getting ready to leave Umbridge Hill, Adabra did sort of approach you and in a very friendly way hand you a pouch, and she said to take this with you and you do it with it what you will. And it was a little bit off, and eventually she indicated that this bag contains a pinch of cat's ashes from the funeral pyre that was done there at Umbridge Hill. So she indicates if there's any type of ritual or any kind of closure that your group wants to do with these ashes, you can feel free to do so. Otherwise, you could bury them or whatever it is that you would like to do. So yes, you guys travel the short distance from Umbridge Hill to Phandalin, making your way back there, and eventually, group, you guys all find yourselves meeting together at the Stonehill Inn.
There they are. They look better.
Oh my gosh, there they are! Hey guys, over here, over here!
They survived.
You look good.
We feel much better. How are you?
I feel like shit. I need to sleep.
Yes, you don't look too good.
We were almost eaten by rats. Human-type rats. They were nasty.
I thought the plan was just to go back to Phandalin.
Well, I mean, it was, but you guys were gone, and we were asked to go to a mine to see if we could find some dwarves, and who wouldn't want to help dwarves, right? And we went there, and there was these rat people, and they surrounded us.
Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be easy. Just we were supposed to be like muscle intimidation, and they took over the mine from these dwarfs and killed some, not all, and I don't know, it looks like they took Don John hostage also.
Yeah, Don John is the guy that asked us to go to the mines for them. And so he's stuck, he's a prisoner there. And oh, by the way, this is Josephine.
Yeah.
Guys, what's up?
Hey, what do you do for a living?
you definitely heard the first part of the session.
For a living?
Yeah.
Oh, I wander around. I do stuff for people, and they give me money.
Oh, so do I. That's a cool stick you got there.
I know, right?
Really cool. Really.
It's her whacking stick.
More like a walking stick.
It does both. And then she turns to Misa, and she looks at Misa for a second and turns to Finn. Who's this, your mom?
I like this one. We're keeping her. We're keeping her, guys. She's staying with us. No, I wish. Kinda, she's like super grandma. Misa, Josephine.
It's nice to meet you, young lady. Yes, Misa.
We missed you guys. We could have used you at the mine.
Well, you teach you a lesson not to do something without us.
Oh, we're definitely going back to kick their asses, right?
Mm-hmm. We have to. And we can't leave Don John there.
Yeah, that job didn't go too good, huh?
Well, that's because Finn and Bryn weren't with us, and Misa, of course. That's why we would have done so much better.
I don't doubt it. You're really big, lady. I bet you can swing that sword real good.
Yes, I am crucial to this group's success.
Everyone needs a meat shield.
Sorry, had to.
A meat shield.
So that was out of character, just having fun with you.
We will go with that.
Bryn, can I see your sword?
I guess because I like you, you may see it. Here you are.
Is this the one that Finn helped make a little stronger?
Is it? Yes.
Yes.
Of course it is. Look at the hilt.
Last
It's
one.
got some weights on there. Yeah.
It's magically balanced. It's good steel. It looks battle worn. Have you tried something smaller? Faster?
No. Why? Do you have something better?
I could make you something. And your arm. Are you familiar with how to use a shield? Can you block?
Yes, I am familiar with shields. I have used them before.
These rats, they bite you. Perhaps a shield will protect your arm. If you don't mind, I'm going to retire now. And, I'm going to take this sword with me and, make it a bit smaller, and sleeker, and faster. You there, small one. Can you remove your magical curse thing?
Yeah, I could do that. I could take it off of that. I'm thinking about making something else anyway. That's fine. Also, speaking of shields, I found this shield, remember, in Axholm.
That's true.
I'll pull out this shield, throw it on the table as it rattles.
This was that, like, decorative shield you found on the wall?
Yeah, I was really curious and got it above the fireplace mantle. Yeah, it says Axholm shield in my items.
Does it have any, like, markings or anything on it, Adam?
It has the symbol of Axholm, yes.
Does it seem like it's a workable shield, or does it seem like it was just a decorative piece?
It seems like it would be a suitable shield, yes.
Okay. Well, I'll take her sword and her shield and that shield, and I'll say I'm going to retire to my room and work on these. I need some sleep, and forging helps me think and rest. I will see you all in the morning.
Wait. No, don't go so soon. Put anything on the table you want me to identify. Because I think we found some stuff in there, right? Wasn't there a ring and stuff?
I don't have anything on me, no.
There was, I don't know who's got it, but there was that religious symbol of some sort for the dwarves. There was that, and then there was the dwarven maybe king's ring. I don't know if it's good or whatever, but yes.
Yeah, we
Eomir-
definitely took the ring off of Kat.
Yeah, Eomir has it.
Okay, is there anything else you guys want me to identify? I can try that shield if it's worth anything, or you can just take it. It doesn't matter.
I mean, if you want to try it, it's your call.
It'll just take me 10 minutes. I can go to my room, and if it's not magical, I'll just knock on your door and hand it to you.
Sure. Is that okay, Bryn? I don't want to take over, but maybe uh, a long sword and shield combo will do you good. Quick,
Well, if I
fast.
am attacked tonight without my weapons, I will blame you. But as long as I am not attacked this end, then we should be fine.
Do you want my hammer? And then I'll pick my hammer up and then drop it on the table.
No, I want you to have your hammer, and you come defend the group if they need defending.
Okay, well, I do have an extra scimitar, and then I pull that out as well.
Very well. I will borrow your scimitar for tonight.
Good. Alright. Good
Corey,
night.
you should have some food anyway. Eat before you go up there and work in that forge you have in your hotel room. I don't know. Get some food.
Get him to send it up. If you could, Kurtu.
Oh, it's a fancy place. Oh, I need room service. Okay, we'll see. I'll bring it up if they don't have time. I'll bring it to you.
If you do, I'll make you something next. Fair? I heard you like cloaks.
I love cloaks. They're wonderful.
I can make you something magnificent, but I need to go and rest. It takes me a while to do this.
Okay, so from a timing perspective, just to remind everybody, you guys had traveled to the mine, so you'd spent part of a day traveling there. You exited the mine, slept overnight, continued traveling. So it's been, since you left the mine, it's been, I don't know, good 18 hours or so. So what I'm hearing from Gorlami is you're trying to basically use the rest of today. So it's about 4 p.m. now, so you're trying to use part of today to do some kind of work. So long-term planning as far as when you guys are expecting to head back to the mine, I believe that was your intent. What are you guys thinking as far as timing goes?
Sounds like, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like he wants to get in a long rest tonight, and then we go tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if we go now, my speed is halved, and I have disadvantage on all ability checks. So
Probably good to shake
I
that
think that
exhaustion.
only makes sense. Yep.
I mean, it's
And then
only
we-
our employer's life at stake here, so
we also, if we get a long rest, we also all ding. You know, just a little.
that's
meta,
true.
but
Yeah, we all leveled up, so it's kind of a necessary thing to do here. Otherwise, our sheets are going to be.
I mean, if they killed Don John, then they just killed Don John. But
Yeah, he's
we at
probably got
least-
some money on him. We can.
Yeah,
notice.
yeah, we go clear the mine anyways.
All right, so it sounds like your intention then is to use the rest of today to handle whatever kind of work or personal tasks that you have around town with the intention of then waking up early in the morning and setting back off for the mine?
Yeah, and were we going to look to see if anyone else was like I can't remember the ranger's name, but see if maybe he could
Yeah, I was
if he's
gonna
in
say
town.
same. Yeah,
Bring
see
that
if
up.
we could get Falcon to help. Maybe offer him a deal, like you help us, we help you, kind of thing.
I don't know if he's going to help, but we can certainly talk to him, see if he knows anything about these things.
All right.
I also want to do a little bit of housekeeping here, so I'm going to drop the light crossbow charge as well, unless somebody wants to use Cat's crossbow.
Nope.
Why would I do that? I got fire.
Okay, so I can't use it either. And that's it? Alright, so I'm going to make... I don't know what else to infuse then, so I'll just make a couple of replicate magic items.
Just so you're aware, I can bless one item and make it like a piece of armor or a weapon. So I usually do that on my hammer, so it'll be a magical hammer that I always have, Finn. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, I was thinking about, but then you grabbed Bryn's stuff, so I figured you're doing something there. I
Yeah.
guess I could infuse Eomir's sword then. So
what I was gonna do, just so you're aware, is I'm going to take her sword now as a great sword and then convert it into a long sword before I go to bed using this. and then she's already got a shield, so I'm just going to clean it up and buff it, make it look nice for her, and then she would have a shield and a longsword. That I won't need to burn 2 uses of my channel divinity because you already had that shield. But I suspect that you could probably put that infusion back on her sword. I was just going to change its form. I didn't want it to lose it.
Okay, then I don't know, Adam. Would it keep its +1 then, as he converts it?
Well, right now it's considered a magical item, and this blessing only works on non-magical items. So the blessing won't work unless you take it off, and then you'd have to reapply it. And I'm assuming you guys have had some kind of communication separate from this, that Bryn wants her greatsword converted to a longsword.
I was wondering the same thing. Let me do that into a toothpick for you. I don't know.
I had told everybody that I want to make them something, and I spoke to Natalie about it on the side. So.
All right, fair enough. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't getting ramrodded with a longsword.
No. I was just trying to make it own character for Gorlami, but I wasn't trying. I asked Nat if that's what she wanted, and
yeah, I'm okay with it. Although I could have her change her mind. That would be kind of funny.
That would be funny. While I'm mid shift or something, comes out like a lance. Sorry. You got to go with it.
That's a good call, Josephine. I'll do his bow. So that's what I'll do. I'll take the charge off the sword and put it on Eomir's bow if he's staying with us.
Eomir has some work he has to do around town, so he will not be accompanying you.
Well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can enchant this. You can infuse the sword after I make it. I just can't. I can't use the sword to make the other sword with the enchantment on it. So once you drop the infusion, I make the new sword, and then you re-infuse it with the +1.
Because it says whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and imbue it with your artificial infusions. Yeah, so I can. You're right. I can.
That's what I was thinking.
But I'm gonna have to. I can only allow 2, and right now I have 2.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop the crossbow, Adam, and make myself a wand of magic detection as like a replicate item. Well, but no, then I gotta think about this mechanically, guys, because I can only do 1 after a long rest. Oh no, so if you decide to attune to another one, the other one automatically drops. Never mind, we're good. Yeah, go ahead, make it, and I'll see you in the morning. I'll balance it in the morning. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. I just want to be sure. I don't want, like Adam said, I don't want to ramrod anybody's character, but I was just trying to re-outfit Natalie with what she wanted.
Yeah, and actually I was wondering the same thing, Brian, about the timing. So can you send me what you're talking about where it says you can just instantly drop an infusion?
Yeah, I'll put...
Or just post it in chat either way.
But, yeah.
I mean, if not, I can just make the scimitar into a long sword. You know what I mean?
So I'll put it in chat here, but it's towards the back end of it. Where'd it go?
Okay, you can infuse more than 1 non-magical object at the end of a long rest. No objects mirror. If you try to exceed your maximum number of infusions, the oldest infusion immediately ends, and then the new infusion applies.
And I think the oldest is Bryn, so she's the first one I did.
Right. So again, because time. Normally, I would say this doesn't matter. We can hand wave most of this stuff, but because timing is actually important right now, the ability that Gorlami's trying to do to convert the blade won't work because the blade's still magical. Sounds like unless you find something that I'm not familiar with. Again, Artificer, unfortunately, is the class I'm probably least familiar with, and it's so complicated. But unless you find something that says you can drop an infusion, it sounds like you would have to wait until the next morning to infuse something new, and then it would drop the old one. So I think, Gorlami, if you're wanting to switch something else to a longsword, that would probably make more sense. And then in the morning, when you complete your long rest at that point, Finn, you would be able to infuse something new, which would drop it off the old weapon of Bryn's.
And that's fine. I could just take that scimitar because it would be about the same value as a longsword.
Yeah, Adam's right. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to have the great sword be off to the side and use the scimitar instead.
Okie dokie. Well, then that's what I'll do. I'm sorry to hold everybody up. I was just trying to use that ability before I go to sleep because then it will replenish in the morning. So
Okay.
that's what I'll do.
So,
I'll take
all
the
right. So,
scimitar
so I think I've got it then. So you're using your Artisan's Blessing. You're converting a scimitar into a long sword. So that works based on what we're seeing here. And if there's any cost difference, I don't know the prices offhand. You just have to, spend coins because you can lay the coins out and it consumes them, kind of thing. But I will assume you've got your long sword at this point. And then in the morning, I understand, Finn, you're infusing something new. So it sounds like you wanted to create some kind of wand. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I could either infuse the bow, Iomia's bow, but he's not going to be with us. So I'm going to infuse the wand of magic, make a wand of magic detection, and that would drop Bryn's, the oldest infusion.
You can do more than one too. So if you wanted to replace something else, what's the other one that you have?
It's your cat's crossbow.
Why don't you get the longsword so then Bryn will still have a magical weapon?
Okay, yeah. I'll make the wand of magic detection, and I'll make the longsword infusion that you just built. Yeah, it should work out.
Cool.
Okay, sorted. That was easy.
All right, so I'll
Only took
rely
10
on you.
minutes
I
arguing
was
about
gonna
it.
say, right, 30-minute rule discussion, but I'll rely on you guys to update your sheets appropriately, and it sounds like what you've just decided makes sense. So that's going to take you guys into the morning. So I'll just ask anybody else in the group, is there anything in particular you are wanting to do during, again, it's about 4 p.m. right now as you're sitting in the Stonehill Inn today. Some of your group have already declared actions that will take us to the morning. Is there anything in particular anybody else was wanting to do here in Phandalin?
So hey guys, I think the problem was, well, a couple of problems in that fight. First, we kind of picked a fight right in the middle of everything. Second, we don't really know anything about these people. So maybe we should go find someone who might know something, a thing or two. And while I was in Phandalin before I met you guys, I did come across this well-traveled hunter here. He was staying in Phandalin because he said some group of careless dipshits wandered through his property and ended up baiting his neighbors into burning his house down. But he probably might know something about it. He's been around.
And Finn is just sort of whistles, looks over at the ceiling, kicks his feet on the bar stool.
Seems to be a lot of that going on.
Anyway, can we go try to track down Falcon? Is he around?
So you talked probably to Toblin here at the Stonehill Inn looking for Falcon, and Toblin will let you know that Falcon unfortunately is not in Phandalin right now. He mentioned something about taking a trip to Neverwinter to see what kind of support he could get for this area.
What a dickhead. Okay, well, maybe someone else around here has had run-ins with these things before. Maybe we can just ask around the general populace and see if anybody knows anything.
All right, so it sounds like Josephine would like to spend some time talking around to different folks in town and seeing if she can learn anything about these creatures. So safe to assume you're just trying to talk to random folks, kind of describe what it is that you saw and see if that sparks information from anybody as far as their awareness of what that might be.
Yeah, she'd probably prioritize going after people who maybe look like maybe don't live in the town proper and are just look a bit more rugged or adventurous, maybe. I don't think any random barmaid or something is gonna know anything about wild rat men, but
Okay.
if she can find someone like that.
And I'll help as well.
Maybe we can go to the chapel. There's got to be a chapel here. Maybe they know, because maybe they had to help heal people.
Okay,
Could be.
so it sounds
We got
like,
all day.
Sounds like both Josephine and Kurtu then are together going to move around town again, talk, see what kind of information they can dig up. So, question: do both of you happen to be proficient in persuasion?
Definitely not.
Kurtu, are you proficient in persuasion?
Oh no, but I can lie my ass off.
Okay, so I will just ask either of you then to give me a blind persuasion check that is going to represent your efforts going around town and trying to elicit information out of the townsfolk.
This will be you, Bill. This is a charisma thing, and I have +0.
Yeah, and I have negative rolls, so we're probably about even. So, but I'll go ahead and do a blind roll. Adam, I'm just going to roll it to you. I don't see where I can do it blind on the sheet without dragging my guy. So I'm just gonna...
Top left, or actually in the map right now that you guys are in, top right corner is all of your tokens. Under the box that says staying
Thanks.
at the end.
Yep, see it. Thanks.
Okay, Kurtu, roll me a d4. Alright, so you talk around and try to find people around town that might have some kind of information here. This is a pretty small place, so you're not obviously finding any kind of legendary adventurers or anybody like that, but you start, finding some folks you can talk to, and it's a lot of this sort of, oh, who might know something about that is this guy. And then you go talk to that person, and they're like, I have no idea why they sent you to me. I have no idea what you're talking about. But now that I think about it, maybe this guy. So it ends up taking you about 2 hours or so before you are directed back to the Stonehill Inn to actually speak with Toblin, as it's mentioned that Toblin talks to so many people that come back and forth through town that perhaps he might actually have some kind of information along these lines. So after spending this 2 hours or so between you and Josephine kind of talking around town, you make your way back to the Stonehill Inn, where you find Toblin standing across from the bar counter here. And as you ask him this question and kind of give him some of these details, you notice he nods briefly and says, well, that description certainly sounds like, what do they call those? The were-rats, I suppose, is the appropriate term. Yes, very strange creatures. In fact, I'm surprised to hear there are some in the area.
What's a were-rat? Like a warehouse? Know anything about them? What do they do?
Well, it's, yes, they tend to be creatures that work in tandem with one another. They're very much, you could think of them as working in a pack almost. They stick together, they're very secretive. They don't like others knowing their business. They tend to really keep to themselves and not the friendliest of fellows, I suppose.
What happens if they bite you? What happens if they bite you twice?
Well...
As I rub my arm.
And yeah, you see he kind of looks down towards your scaly arm and raises an eyebrow a moment and says, well, if you believe the stories, they say that the curse of lycanthropy, which is all the were-beasts, can be transmitted to others through a bite. It's some type of disease or curse or something that can be passed. And, well, if you have it, then they say on the next full moon, you will turn into one of them and lose control of yourself.
You don't happen to know what kind of a constitution saving throw you would have to roll on that now, do you?
Unfortunately, the DM has not shared those details with me.
Sorry, I had to have some fun with it.
Now, do you know how to get rid of them? Like, I mean, if there's some in the area, do you know what would chase them away? Is there like a creature or something they're afraid of or something?
Creature that they're afraid of? I'm afraid not. As I said, they tend to be quite cowardly. Of course, they move in packs and they're very careful, so any kind of large show of force, I imagine, would be sufficient to scare them off, unless they are quite more organized than I have been led to believe. But you must understand that these type of details are all based on stories, secondhand, that sort of thing. So, but the one thing I can say for sure is that when were creatures are involved, you want silver weapons, for those tend to be most effective at wounding and preventing such creatures from restoring their health through damage.
That's why I like coming to you. You are so smart. That's why I work here, because I can learn from you.
And you notice he kind of wipes a glass with this rag hanging over his shoulder here before he puts it back down on the counter and nods slightly and says, "Well, whatever I can do to help. We are in quite a bit of unfortunate circumstances, as you're aware, with this terrible discussion of orcs and what they might be doing. So whatever you're doing to help Phandalin is of course appreciated, and whatever little knowledge I can provide that assists you in any way, well, I'm happy to do so."
You're wonderful. So where do we get silver?
Silver is not easy to come by in these parts. You could check over at the smithy, I suppose. Might have something there.
Good idea. Thanks, buddy. You're always full of helpful suggestions.
Yeah, and also, if it's not too much trouble, Gory wants his food delivered to his room. I can do that if he hasn't had his food yet. I can bring it to him.
And you notice he looks down towards you and nods slightly. He says, "Oh, that was the orc, was it not? I'm afraid, yes, we of course can get food up to him. That won't be a problem, but I wonder if it might not be more appropriate for you to convince your friend to stay elsewhere. I, of course, have no problem with orcs in general, but I'm concerned with all of the news that have happened around town and folks being riled up. Well, you know what they say about scared people. They tend to act very emotionally and not necessarily logically. I would hate to see harm come to him and or the Stonehill Inn."
I understand. And he smells. But he's a good orc too, so I'll talk to him about all that.
That might be appropriate, Kurtu, if you would convince him that it'd be in his best interest to not, well, be around here too often. That would be appreciated.
I understand. And we thank you for everything. You're wonderful.
As I said, happy to help. Alright, group, so we've got some tasks that have already been declared, and like I say, that will take us to the morning. Is there anything else that anybody's looking to do today?
When the sun sets, I'm going to look out and see where the moon's at.
Okay, sure.
And I'm going to go to the group and tell folks,
I think we need to find some silver.
and I'll tell them about the conversation I just had.
All right, you fill the group in on that. A few hours have passed. Obviously, if you guys have gone around town discussing, trying to gather information, with the sun and the sky beginning to descend, Josephine, you wait a little bit longer until it's more true dark and look, and you can see that as far as gauging the moon, let's make this a survival check. Go ahead and throw me blind survival check to see if you can guess how many days it will be till the next full moon. So you're quite confident that right now the moon is considered, and I'm probably going to get my terminology wrong here, but I believe it's called waxing, meaning the full moon occurred perhaps a week or so ago, and generally they occur about once a month approximately. So you're
That would be waning then.
Waning?
But yeah, I gotcha. Waxing and waning. Waxing is when it's getting close to the full moon, and waning is when it's going away, I think.
Perfect. That
Oh
sounds
god, I'm
more
gonna look really fucking stupid if I don't.
That sounds more accurate, because waning does make sense as far as diminishing, where waxing could be increasing. So either way, we'll go with that. I like it. We'll go with that for now. So the moon is waning, and you would realize or approximate that the next full moon is probably going to be somewhere in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, we got plenty of time. I'm not worried. But if we're getting a long rest in, now that I know, would it be reasonable to assume that I know I've been? Well, I don't know if I'm infected or not, but I know I've been bitten. So
Yes, everybody has been bitten.
when I'm alone in my room, if I have my own room and no one's paying attention, right before the long rest happens and we get all our HP back, I'd like to stab myself in the palm with one of my darts. See if I get their regenerative powers.
The dart hurts you, and it does not seem to regenerate at all.
Damn. It was worth a shot.
Or a stab, yeah, sure. Alright, so, hearing nothing else in particular anybody would like to do, we will pass time until the morning. So you guys wake up in the morning. The overnight tasks that you wanted to do are now complete. It is in the morning. You guys have let another day has passed since the events at the mine. You guys wake up, grab some food, and meet in the Stonehill Inn in the common room here. You can see it's not particularly busy as it's quite early, maybe 7 a.m. or so, as you guys have all gathered in what I assume to be preparation for a travel back towards the mine.
Did we visit the smithy first to see if they have silver weapons?
That sounds like a good plan. Here, Brent. And I'm going to slide the longsword across the table, and you see it's pretty much very, very basic in terms of like the metal, but the hilt and everything seems really meshed well to your hand, and the balance seems really good in it. It's got some basic leather straps, but at the pommel of it, it's got this like tiny little skull-crushing spike, and then I kind of like nod my head at you. For hitting people in the head.
And Bryn like swings it around and like stops abruptly right at Finn's head, and she's like, "This will do nicely."
No. You're no. That's actually. Wait. No. Can I see it?
Why?
It needs more weight in the back of the hilt. I'm telling you, it's a secret. It's a secret. And I get some metal out of my pull out my artificer's kit and my little goggles. Come on, let me see it.
Fine. It has this head smashing thing.
Okay, well that'll be fine. It's very well made. Hey, good job. Very well. No, its balance is a little off here, Gore.
Never, but do your thing. No.
Okay, gonna be better. I'm just gonna mess with the back of the hilt and put some weight in it, help it swing around the arc a little quicker, a little weightier handle, and then I'll run my hand over it, and you'll see it glow a little bit, and I will infuse +1 to that sword.
Ooh, I see the difference. Thank you, Finn.
And
yeah.
your shield. I cleaned it, polished it. Should be good to go. Here.
It matches my eyes. Thank you very much.
Let's go get some silver, and I guess maybe find a new place for me to stay, huh, Kurtu?
Well, I mean, either that or we just, maybe put like a makeup on you or something. I don't know, because you're kind of hard to disguise.
Maybe we'll find something.
Well, wait, I gotta do my job here in the morning, right? Toblin, do you want me to help cook a little bit? Can I borrow the kitchen?
You see he looks back towards the kitchen and looks towards you. I've been meaning to speak to you about that, Finn. After the most recent experimental dish that you tried, I received a few complaints from the staff and the customers. The terrible odor. Perhaps now may not be the best time. Maybe give it a couple of days, and I'll see what I can do about winning them over for you.
What? Really? Oh, one mistake. It was one mistake.
Well, yes, but that odor unfortunately permeated in the kitchens for quite some time. I saw people saying that they couldn't even keep any food down. I can't have people being ill just coming in here because of a bad stench.
Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Sorry, it's never happened before. Ugh.
Most of your standard dishes were not ever a problem. Maybe this new recipe that you have, well, maybe it's just not quite there yet.
Oh wow. Oh. Can I grab some stuff out of the kitchen before we leave? If you don't mind, I'll pay for it.
Ah, yes, I suppose we can set you up with something. What are you looking for?
I'd like two servings of the 6 special foods.
So basically just raw ingredients, right?
Yeah, raw ingredients for 2 short rests.
So I'm gonna say, I think, did we give a price for raw ingredient? I'm inclined to just say a silver piece per raw ingredient.
Yeah, sure. So 2 silver pieces, done.
All right, yeah, he sells that to you and packages them up as best he can.
Pay him in copper. We may need the silver.
Yeah, does anyone have money to buy silver weapons? Or are we all broke? I'm definitely broke.
I have 18 gold pieces.
8.
I have some. Let's go see what we can get.
You guys can have all of them. I do not need much money.
We had a silver weapon in the last campaign. It gotta be easy to find here too.
Let's go to the smithy, boys and girls.
Do this, Smithy.
All right, as you guys exit Stonehill Inn, you do notice that there's a few more people standing out on the path here in Phandalin. A few folks just kind of engaged in brief conversation. Those of you that have spent some time here in Phandalin know that the smithy is a place where obviously armor, weapons, that kind of thing can be crafted. Mostly it's used for things like horseshoes, pokers, like it's very rarely used for actual weapons. The stores, the Lion Shield Coster, of course, sells more like your adventuring gear, weapons and armor, that kind of stuff. Barthen's Provisions has more of your adventuring type gear. So the smithy is really only used when something particular needs to be crafted that's not available. And then there is a local woman that actually does some of the kind of smithing here. As I mentioned, mostly it's like, horseshoes and very minor type things. But you can certainly visit there if you have the material or you're looking to have something crafted. Certainly an option, but it's not. Don't really think of it as a store. It's just a service that can be done as needed.
Gotcha.
Well, it's still a good spot to take a look and at least find out what it would cost us if we can't find one in town, which I expect will be the case, but we'll see.
I mean, we can see if Lion Shield has any silver weapons, but I doubt it, and I don't think we're going to be able to afford them if they do.
Let's find out.
All right, so it's your intent to head to the smithy then?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll check there and at least find out what it would cost to get it done, so at least we have some ideas here.
All right, so group, as you walk past down this path, all of you together here with Misa in tow as well, you pass around this area and you can start to hear the sound of ringing as a hammer is being plied to some type of metal. And as you turn the corner, you can see there is a small forge here. Those of you that have spent any time may have spotted this before or actually even spoken with this woman here. You notice a dwarven lady is standing on the other side of the smithy, and it looks like she is right in the process of putting together some kind of or smithing or shaping some type of buckles. And as she sees you turn the corner, she kind of like raises an eyebrow and then continues kind of like hammering down at her work.
Hail, Forge Mother. How are you? I am Gorlami and these, my friends. Yeah.
And you notice she looks at you for quite a long time here, longer than what you would expect is normal Gorlami, maybe 30 seconds or so, before she then casts a glance to her your other companions. She puts her head back down as she's just tapping on the metal here and says, What do you want?
Silver. We face a pack of were-rats, and we heard silver is a great way to bring them down. Our weapons are not silver.
You know, she continues just kind of tapping. Don't have any silver here. Can't help you.
Can you silver items if we bring you the silver?
If I had the time and the patience, yes, I could, but not really got much time right now. As you can imagine, with all the problems going on, I have a lot of issues.
I can understand. I'm gonna turn over and look at everybody and kind of give them a shrug.
Let her know we're trying to save the city. She shouldn't know. I'm sure she's heard of us by now.
You know, Kurto, this is not my strong suit.
I'll talk to her. She seems nice.
Okay.
You said her name is Forge Mother? Okay. Forge Mother, hi. It's Kurtu. I don't know if we've met yet, but I'm working over at the inn. You've probably seen me there.
Tap, 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 tap. And then she raises her head just a moment. Yeah, I know you. If you want the same thing your friend wanted, I already told him.
I understand. We're trying to help save the city, though, and we're trying to help save the dwarfs. I mean, I think that it could become a city emergency if we don't have one. If we were to get you some material, how much would it cost, and how quickly could you get it? I know it's a lot to ask, and you're busy with buckles, but we're trying to help save the city.
What do you think I'm doing? This is work for the city as well, trying to make sure everything is done. If we have to move very quickly, this is going to help us move. Got to be sure it can carry everything we need to move with.
You're right. I did not mean to imply that's not busy too. But, I mean, do you know where we could get a silver weapon? Or do you know, I mean, would if we brought you stuff, if we paid you nicely, would that, I mean, I don't know, would it help?
You see she sneers as she looks at you intently. Go ahead and give me a blind persuasion check here, Kurt. You see she takes her eyes off you and continues tapping here, and as you're sitting there looking, waiting and wondering, and you know time is passing, you're like, is she even going to respond at all at this point? And you maybe kind of like look back towards your friends like, what do? You see she finally raises her head. Fine, if you bring me the silver, I'll see what I can do. It'll probably take a day or so, but how many things are we talking about here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, at least one, but I mean, I guess it depends on how much silver. Would silver coins help? I mean, how much silver do you need?
Depends on what you want the silver. I'd have to melt silver coins down, but yes, could probably work.
I'm gonna like kind of lean down and elbow Kurtu and say, I don't think we have a day.
I know, but I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen, so at least we know what our options are. So
That's good.
yeah. So, how much silver do you guys have? Maybe we could buy some silver. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much it takes, but I have 35 silver pieces. I do.
And I have 8, assuming she's capable.
Oh, she's more than capable. She's really good, I know.
I can tell.
Well,
She
there's a
bends
bank in
metal with
town.
ease.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, she bends metal with ease. I have no silver.
But I have gold. I have lots of gold. All we need to do is convert it. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think about that? Is there a bank?
Yeah.
But are we going to wait a day before we set out?
Well, I think we may not wait a day before we get out, but maybe it'd be nice to have one waiting for us in case the rats come back or don't succeed or something. I don't know.
That's good. But what weapon would we leave behind? Are we thinking some ammo, maybe for...
You've got that scimitar.
Does he? I thought he made it a longsword.
I did. I turned it into a longsword. I point over to Bryn's sword now on her back. No, I made that for Bryn. Adam, when I did damage last time with my magic weapon, do I remember, did it feel like I did full damage, or did it feel like they were resisting my weapon too?
No, your magic weapon seemed fully effective.
That was my question. I'm glad you said so, Jared.
So
I think the thing is that they do regenerate if they get their turn. When we dropped the leader to 0, she was dead, so we might just be able to pound him into the dust.
I can give somebody else a magical weapon. I have that ability. And you use magic, Kurt, too.
I know it. It's fire. I got a fireball now. Okay, well, if you guys don't think we need it, that's fine. I just think that, yeah, okay.
Thank you, Forge Mother. Continue with your work, and if you need a set of hands when we return, seek me at the inn. I'd be more than happy to lend you my hands. I've forged for 30 years in Sundabar for Clan Dark Cloud.
You see she raises an eyebrow as she looks at you once again and sneers and goes back to her work.
No, you have been wonderful. Thank you. We plan on coming back to visiting. I can't wait till our second visit. That's great. Sometimes you gotta butter them up.
It was good, like bread.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Do we want to see if the stores maybe have a silver weapon by chance? Maybe get lucky? I don't know.
Sure, why not?
It's on the way out. Might as well.
So you'll recall that Barthen's Provisions has all your adventuring gear, but weapons and armor are Lion Shield Coster. So if you're looking for a silvered weapon, you think it's more likely that Lion Shield Coster would have something like that than Barthen's Provisions.
Okay, let's go.
Alright, so you head to Lion Shield Coster, making your way south through town, heading through the path here, and find yourself in the store. You guys have been here before. You notice that there is a woman behind the counter who seems to be manning it, and as you enter, you see she looks up and gives a little smile.
Hey, lady, long shot, but you got any silver weapons that you can sell us?
Silvered weapons? Well, it's not something we get requested all the time, but...
We want to go beat the shit out of some rat people.
Oh, wow. Well, let me see. You never know. Sometimes we have odd things in inventory that we get in different ways. Bear with me just a moment. You hear some, moving around and some, shaking and that kind of stuff, and you see she pokes her head back around and says, it looks like I do actually have a quiver of 20 silvered arrows here. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Can anyone use arrows?
Yeah, we have a guy. Aomir, he's up at Stonehill Inn. I think he's sleeping something off.
I think he's fucking around outside of town. I don't know if he's coming to this one.
Yeah, he left, Finn. He said something about business to take care of, and he'll meet us back later.
Business?
Does anybody have a bow? I don't have a bow.
Well, it might be a worthwhile investiture if investment. I mean, not investiture. That's not the right word. It might be a worthy investment if we don't get this done this time. If he needs to join us for the next one.
And do you think you have anything else by chance? I mean, we're trying to save the city. The arrows are great, but do you maybe anything else potentially in your back closet?
Not that's silvered, I'm afraid. As I said, that's not something we get requested very much. If we knew it was going to be an issue, we could probably put in a request to Neverwinter.
would you be able to maybe hold it? Well, our friend, he's sick. He's not coming with us today. Maybe if we come back, do you think you could maybe, put it in the back room in storage for us for like a day or two in case we need it later?
Are you referring to the arrows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we need the arrows next Sunday when Bill's not here. Yeah, maybe it could happen.
Well, being that silvered weapons tend to be quite expensive, this quiver of arrows, for example, I'd have to sell them to you for 100 gold pieces or so. I don't think anybody else is going to be requesting them, and so they'll be here. I'm quite confident.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure Aomir said he had 100 gold pieces on him, so if he needs it, he can come get it himself.
yeah, and maybe we'll just go ahead and go without it. Maybe at least we know they're here. You're wonderful.
Are we ready to go? Does anybody need anything?
I'm ready. Do not need anything from this place.
Good to go.
Let's go kill things.
All right, as you guys are prepared, you make your way out of Phandalin and start traveling to the location that you know of where the mine is. And as you're traveling, this is going to be a multi-hour journey. And as last time we had an issue with perhaps communication, does the group want to put together some kind of a plan for what your plan is here of how to get into the mine, what you're going to do, any kind of contingencies during this journey?
I was thinking about that. So there, if you remember, there was those two rats that were out watch, and I think if we can draw them away from the front, we can go in without, alerting everybody inside, and then we can kind of move at our own pace. But we would have to be able to pull those two guards out.
How are we going to do that, though?
Magic, distractions, multiple ways.
I can maybe go ahead and cast a spell with some noise or something, like maybe some chick bugs or other rats or something, and maybe they go and investigate and then we kill them.
You think maybe you could do like clinking armor, clink, 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 like somebody moving in the
I don't
bushes.
want to do clinking armor because then maybe they call an attack. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, if you spook them, they might just go back into the mine and alert everyone inside that they might have trouble coming.
That's fair. I also was thinking of another thing. Most mines that I've worked on have had more than one entrance. Perhaps if we scale around the outside completely, see if perhaps there's an additional way in.
I think that is probably true. There's got to be some workplace occupational standards for this kind of thing.
Emergency exit.
Exactly. Like if it caves in on one side, get out on the other.
And the company doesn't get sued.
So, let's say we do get inside, whether distraction or ulterior entrance. Once we're inside, are we moving quiet? Are we trying to draw them to us and take them out in like a death funnel? As I look at Finn and I point to him. Yeah, that's what you call it, yeah.
Yeah, death funnel. I could do that.
And just as a reminder, I'm just throwing out how some of these wonderful spells I've learned. I can make two people invisible so they can't see you.
Like forever, or just until we punch something?
I don't remember the time. Let me take a look at that spell.
Kurtu, you said something about a fireball. What is difference between fireball and firebolt?
Oh, let me tell you, the fireball is going to scorch a whole bunch of them. And then the other one I have, it's nice, but it's more like one at a time kind of thing, right? But the fireball, I love it. Looking forward to it.
So just so I have this clear, we're gonna go into an enclosed space with a bunch of other stuff around us, probably get trapped in there, and then you're gonna blow us all up. Is that an accurate assessment?
I don't think so. I mean, let's check it out, though. We'll find out what's going to happen. But I'm telling you, if there's a lot of them around there, and I get the... I'm going to make sure you guys aren't in the way, though. Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's
I'm
gonna
pretty
cook
good
thi-
at dodging fire.
It's going to cook things better than Finn's cooking.
We could use it to set a trap, right? We could pull them all into one area and then everybody pull back at once and boom, K2 fireball.
Oh, and I just tell you something else, too, in case you need to know this, right? I think if I cast invisibility on two of you, it would last about an hour. As long as you guys don't, like, take any big swings and stuff where they'll be able to see your swords. But I think an hour for stealth.
What do you think, guys? Everyone, should we distract and pull them away and sneak in and blow them up?
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the emergency exit. You know, there's got to be something like that. That's what I think.
I think
Good
that's the
idea, too.
first. Yeah, I think that's first.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let's say, yeah, there is an emergency exit, yes. We'll still have to clear them out. So what's our plan with fighting them?
I have a suggestion.
Hmm?
We group up and we hit them till they die.
Yes, I highly agree with this suggestion. I do like this new member of our party. Great minds think alike.
It's a good idea.
I hate to say it, but I don't think we're really going to know until we see how the entrance is and how many there are and those type of things.
Yeah.
Here's another question. What about Don John? He's in there somewhere, probably, unless they killed him already. Should we prioritize looking for him, or are we just gonna say, fuck him?
Well, remember, there's other dwarves and people that are trapped. Maybe the people sneak in there and they free the prisoners within an hour if they're invisible. I mean, it could happen. I don't know.
I don't know how they're gonna respond to invisible people sneaking up on them and saying, "Hey guys, come with me. We have candy."
Yeah, but if you unlock the lock, I don't know what they're good. I don't know, just throwing ideas out. But maybe if they're free, maybe they help us kill the evil rat creatures who bit me twice.
You know, K2, I was thinking, if you can turn two people invisible, perhaps those two front guards, you know, if there is no entrance, you could turn me and Bryn invisible and we could try to sneak up and grab each of those people and cover their mouths, pull them away.
Yeah,
Worth
maybe.
noting that you're just invisible, though, right? They can probably still smell you. They're rat people. They probably have really good senses.
Maybe.
Yeah, and you smell extra strong. I've been meaning to tell you. I mean, but maybe Josephine, she looks kind of quiet.
That's true. So, sounds like we have a bit of a couple of plans. So, look for emergency exit. If emergency exit is found, then we go in that way. If we come across enemies, we take them down with fist. If it seems like a problem, we pull back and K2 blows them up. Sound good, everybody?
Sure. It's probable that if there is another entrance, it's probably guarded too. So it might just be that we need both plans anyway.
Well, before we go then, Adam, are we outside already of Phandalin? Like just kind of chilling, talking outside before we make our walk?
I'm imagining you guys have been walking this entire time and discussing your plan as you're making your way towards the gold mine.
Okay. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna put my hand on Josephine's forehead and I'm gonna just kind of draw a small sigil with my hand and I'm going to cast this on her.
Hey, hold on. Before you cast anything, tell me what it does.
Well, when the rat lady bit you, she said, before she bit you, she said, you're already one of us. So I figure I'll try this on you, because it's not a poison or disease. And Tobin said it was a curse, so this removes curses. If you'll hold still.
I don't want to hold. Maybe I don't want to hold still, huh? Maybe. Well, we're going in there, right? They're probably gonna bite us again. So I don't know. Save your magic, and then when we're done in here, then we can cure it.
Very smart.
I guess, but you're sweating a lot. Are you sure?
I am not. Excuse me. I'm fine. We got plenty of time till the full moon. It's like several weeks out. We're
She's
gonna be
listening.
fine.
She's
I will-
listening.
And tell you what. If you're scared, maybe you can tie me up at night or something. I don't care.
I'm not
If
into
you're afraid
that.
I'm gonna turn into a scary ass rat monster and eat the shit out of you, then you know.
It doesn't matter to me. Look, if you don't want that one, at least let me give you a little extra health. Is that fine?
Sure. But no funny business. I'll know.
Yeah, you'll know. And then I'll trace it along her forehead, and then I'll walk over to Finn's forehead, and then I'll also walk over to Kurtu's forehead, and I'll draw a little sigil on their head as I cast aid on the three of them instead of remove curse. It's a great idea. I agree.
How long's our walk to the mine?
I thought we had time to walk there, right? Yeah, it's 3 miles an hour, so it should only take us like 5 or so hours to get there.
Okay. Sweet, thanks.
I think so, right? I mean, if I remember last time, it only took us like 5 hours, right?
That is
I think
about correct, yes.
Yeah, so we should be good. Just in case we encounter something on the way, too. But Kurtu, instead of remove curse, because that's a great idea, I agree. So instead of remove curse, I'll give Josephine, Finn, and Kurtu all aid for +5 to their maximum.
That's
HP.
temporary. Oh yeah, it's maximum HP, right? Yeah. Okay.
All right, so those of you that have been mentioned, go ahead and increase your current and max HP by 5. It's usually a good idea to jot your true HP off somewhere else, like on your bio sheet or somewhere, so once this goes away, you know to reduce it back to what it is. All right, so that sounds like you guys have some sort of a plan. Are you guys good with what you've discussed so far, and you're ready to fast forward until you arrive at the mine or the next encounter, whatever it may be, or are there other things you wish to discuss?
I want to do something simply just to stay in concert with Gore's casting. So I get that feeling. I'm like, oh yeah, I get. I wonder if I could take these berries out. Hold up, guys! And as we're walking, I'm fucking with like 3 berries, and I got them wrapped in some ingredients and stuff, and I'm casting some magic on them. And I say, okay, Bryn, Miza, and Gore. Right? Are those the other 2 who didn't get aid yet?
I think that's the remaining 3, yeah.
Yep. So, hey, try this. Let's see if it's as good as praying. Should be really good. Yes, I'll cast aid right now.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I gotta redo my spell slots from the long rest. Sorry, Adam. There, yeah, I have 1 left now.
Okay, so there's a total of 6 of you guys in the group, and this was 3 per casting, so everybody has aid now, correct?
Yep.
Okay, good deal. So everybody has +5 on both current and max HP.
That's not concentration, right? We're just
No.
all buffed. Okay.
It's an 8-hour spell. All right. Well, I'm excited for your fireball.
I'm gonna say to
That
Bryn,
makes all of us, because I know everybody is.
and I'll say to Bryn, as we're walking, I'll give her a potion I made last night, part of my long rest, an elixir of resilience to Bryn, and I'll say, hey, remember this one? You've had it before. Just take it. It's an action to take it, or you can take it any time, but it lasts 10 minutes, and gives you +1 bonus to armor class for 10 minutes. You're gonna need it.
Thanks, Finn.
And hopefully I might remind you to take it. You probably, right?
I'm sure you will.
Oh my god.
Yep, it's a thing.
Well, we're on 2 different floors now, so it's gonna be harder for me.
He's gonna have to actually do it over the mic.
No more in the background. Flank! Flank!
None of that. She's on the upper level.
All right. Is it safe to assume your preparations are complete, team?
Yes.
So are we planning on approaching the mine from the same direction, or are we going to try to circle around and find another entrance first?
I think the best thing to do first is to find another entrance, if there is one, right? Because then maybe we have an element of surprise that way. But if not, then we kind of are going to have to do an old distracting pool technique. At least that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah, the plan was we're going to circumvent, look for emergency exit.
Quietly, not trying to get anywhere near that other entrance.
So we might have to go a little out of our way with respect to travel time then, possibly. Well, I guess we can get close enough and then. But the issue is if we're spotted while we're trying to do that.
Yeah, but I think if I remember correctly, when we came in last time, we had to walk down to the entrance of the mine, and it was kind of tucked away there. So perhaps
That's
we
true.
could just cut the other direction.
So I'm just
Had to,
essentially looking for either when you guys are all ready, and it's not a rush, but when you're ready, just type in chat ready to go, and I'll assume that means you guys' plan is complete, and we're putting you towards that map. All right, so with that, I'm going to assume you guys' preps is complete. So you've discussed as you've been making your way to the mine itself. You travel for about 5.5 hours with this idea of looping around, trying to make sure that you're not spotted, and you end up approaching from a slightly different direction here and find yourself further east of the entrance than you originally arrived. So as you guys are getting here, you notice that the wind is starting to pick up just a little bit as the increase of the wind is kind of pushing that sort of thing, and you can feel it making a bit more noise than the last time you were here, as you can hear it kind of whistling along the rock of the mountains. As you arrive in this area itself, you find yourself on the other map.
So this is where we came in last time, right, Adam? Oh, over here?
It was on the west-ish side, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember coming up this way because somebody was over here and they're like, I see somebody.
That is correct. You're currently further east than you were the first time you arrived here.
Alright, so I'll start stealthing ahead if I can, moving at whatever speed I need to secure that. And I'm just looking out for any signs of our unwelcome squatters.
Okay, so as you start moving quietly along and eyeing, looking for any kind of trouble, the first thing that draws your eyes here, Josephine, is there is an opening in the rock wall to your southwest. It's on a bit of an incline, but you can see there is some type of a tunnel, perhaps, that goes into the rock wall.
Hey guys, there's a way in up the... How far up is it? It says we say a bit of an incline, but
It's about
are we talking
20
like 20
feet higher than the ground level.
Okay. And does it look like we can just walk up, or is it going to be difficult for us to do?
You're gonna have to scale it, so I won't say difficult as in it looks deadly, but it's not a guarantee.
I could, if I got an hour, I can make us a ladder.
I don't know if we have an hour to sit around here. Maybe there's more than one? Maybe there's something a little closer to the ground?
Maybe. Keep
But-
going around. Know it's
How-
there.
How difficult does it look? I'm a gnome. I can do anything.
What are these fucking caterpillar-looking cocoon things?
They look like graves.
Graves. I think
They,
that's
yes,
graves.
they look like some sort of indentions in the ground, sort of like raised little tufts of dirt.
You think these are the dwarves they talked about? They wouldn't bury them.
Maybe someone else did? Maybe the surviving dwarves?
Yeah.
Does it look fresh, Adam?
Go ahead and give me a blind skill check, Gorlami, as you investigate this area, looking for any kind of knowledge that you can gain.
Okay. I'm still at one level of exhaustion, so there would be disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, you do notice that there's this sort of mounds of dirt, and your initial assumption of graves seems logical. You're not really sure other than that first initial guess, and you also notice that the heads of each of these mounds of dirt, going along with your thought that these might be graves, you're looking for perhaps like grave or headstone kind of things. You do see that there is in place here picks, like mining picks, at the head of each of these lumps of dirt.
Yep.
Do the mining picks have silver on them?
Well, the pick part is buried in the ground, and it's like the stick part sticking out, so you'd have to dig them up a little bit to determine, but you're pretty confident that they will not.
You know, I'm just trying my best here.
Hey, Adam. They look raised, you said?
Yes, it looks like instead of, again, as your companions have suggested, graves, it doesn't look like a dug hole. It looks sort of like dirt has been collected and piled here.
Okay. You see Finn. He gets out quietly. Gets out his little contraption, and it looks like the same thing he uses to identify stuff. This little wand, and he like hits it, hits a little, it starts spinning. And I'm going to do one charge of my new infusion, which is wand of detect magic, Adam, because I'm assuming it's not buried by 3 feet of dirt. So I'm gonna cast detect magic with the wand.
Okay, and that is 30 feet distance?
30 feet for 10 minutes. Yep.
Okay, so as you use this device and scan around, the only magic items you detect are anything that your companions might have.
No, nothing in the graves. Okay. Guys, my little detection thing isn't. I don't see anything special around. Except they could see us. I could see in the hole from here. Should we hide behind these trees or something?
I don't see anybody up there.
Well, yeah, but someone may come up. That's what we're looking for, right? Let's go there.
Well, it looks like around this corner here I can see a little bit more space, so let's keep looking. Maybe there's one lower on the ground, like Josephine said.
Yeah, is
No,
this
not-
traversable? Can we just like slide off the map 5 feet and go around, or is there like more
No, it's certainly
cliff
traversable.
over here? Okay.
Josephine looks like she's on to something.
Oh my goodness.
Josephine is trying to be quiet and stealthy. So
I'm behind you. Clank, 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 clank. Okay, I get it. Okay.
Use your inside voice, Gore.
I don't have one.
I'll go next.
hey, Finn, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Come here.
Hey, okay, hey, how's it going?
I think I see. Is this a break in the wall down here? I can kind of see it
looks
through the
like
trees.
a tunnel, yes.
Oh my goodness, you're so cool.
Thanks, buddy. I'll hand motion to the rest of them to start heading this direction.
He's trying to be sneaky as well.
All right, so both Bryn and Josephine are trying to move quietly.
Oh, we all are. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm also moving quietly, although I'm probably very ineffective at it, but I'm trying.
All right. If I get a little closer, can I see any signs of like activity around here, or does this look relatively undisturbed?
Give me a blind check, Josephine, as you scan this area looking for any signs of activity.
I mean, specifically like Ratman activity, not like wildlife or anything like that. It might be hard to tell.
Yeah, nothing really jumps out to you on a quick glance around of any type of activity. Yeah, you wouldn't detect anything like that.
All right, so this is a way in. I don't think we want to split up necessarily, but it's gonna be tight in there. Should we determine a marching order?
Sure. Bryn first.
I can go first, yes. Unless we want to try to be sneaky.
I'll be the anchor, because I'm not going to be sneaky.
Hey, Bryn, before you go, here's how you can be really sneaky. If you just walk on your tippy toes, and then, maybe this could be useful for the next time you might have to do a check. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, like a ballerina.
Yeah, like a ballerina. Go, 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 go.
I like us all to just visualize as Finn's whispering, and then he magically casts a spell and utters vocal components and touches her.
And Bryn will try to be as ballerina-like as possible, which is unlikely.
I'll be right behind you. We're good. Is this... I guess this tunnel is about 5 feet wide, right?
Approximately,
It's just because
yes.
it's just kind of misaligned with the grid.
I wouldn't say it's misaligned. I would say it's carved specifically like this to just give you like a natural feel, I guess you could say. Bryn and Josephine, as the two of you are entering, I'd like both of you to make active perception checks. These you can make publicly if you wish.
Okay. Oops, I'm on the wrong page.
Okay, as you're entering here, neither of you happen to notice the large shape that it was clinging on the ceiling as it suddenly drops down below.
Uh-oh.
And as it does so, with this sickly squat sound, the two of you are certainly surprised, and because maybe Finn might have a chance here as well. So Finn, not that you'd necessarily be able to spot it before it comes down, but I will give you a percent. Okay, definitely did not. So everybody on the team will be surprised by this opponent when we come back on the other side, folks. So let's take a 15-minute break, and we'll see you back to see how this goes.
All right.
Nice.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to our second half of Dragon of Icespire Peak, as our group has just stumbled into a potentially sticky situation.
I think we're going to be just fine.
Like the confidence. Alright, group, so as this creature drops from the ceiling, splitting between Bryn and Josephine here, we find ourselves in an initiative type situation. Put on a little bit more high up-tempo music here. Roll our initiative and see where we end up. Okay, so Josephine, you're currently surprised. You'd be the first to react, but because being surprised, your turn will end and you are no longer surprised. Then we move to Gorlami, same deal. Then we move to Finn, same deal. Bryn, same deal. Kurtu, same deal. And so once we get to the creature's turn, the only person who's still surprised at this time is Miza. And she's quite surprised because she has no line of sight or anything. Okay, so, see, as the creature lands here, it's got a couple juicy targets to select from. And it chooses Bryn. So Bryn, As you realize this creature suddenly plopped down right behind you, you notice its mouth opens as all these tentacles flash out, trying to strike you. I'll need a defensive roll, please. The tentacles do indeed manage to strike into you, Bryn. You will suffer 6 poison damage, and I will need a Constitution saving throw. Alright, you managed to succeed on that save. Feel free to go ahead and put yourself back to public rolls on that one. So as these tentacles strike you, you suffer that damage, but you realize that this gook that is on them seemingly does not affect you at this point. However, the mouth continues moving forward after those tentacles strike you as it attempts to bite you as well. Go ahead and roll me another defensive roll, please. This time you manage to evade as those teeth come slapping down. You back up and are not struck. Alright, move to Miza's turn, who is surprised. So that ends round 1. Let's move to the top of round 2 with Josephine.
Hey Finn, go get the others. This might be a problem. And now I'm gonna whack out with my whacking stick. I'm gonna two-hand it. So here comes whack attempt number 1.
Your whack is unsuccessful.
Whack attack number 2.
Whack attack 2 does connect.
That's max damage right there.
Good start. Yes, the bludgeon here, your quarterstaff, I believe made of metal, right? Slams right into the creature, wounding it.
Yep. And then, what do I want to do with my bonus action? I have so many decisions to make. Yeah, I'm going to kick out at it with my foot, I guess, because both my hands are occupied at the moment. So here comes Monk Unarmed Kick.
That'll connect as well.
For another 8. And I will chill where I'm at.
Okay, we move to Gorlami.
Okie dokie. So I can already kind of see the creature, so I'm going to move to here. And then move around this bush to here. That was 220. Let's go ahead and let me move 1 down, but I can still see it. So from this angle, you guys see the end of Gorlami's hammer kind of flares up, and then he's going to punch it forward, and then he's going to cast Sacred Flame on the tentacle mouth monster.
Alright, for now, go ahead and throw me a spell effect roll, and I'm going to modify this to make it automatically roll that for you.
Cool.
Okay, so that's a 15 spell effect roll. And yes, that will connect as the radiant energy strikes down, wounding the creature.
I think that'll be good for now, so I'll end my turn. Give everybody a little space to get in if they need to.
Alright, next up is Finnegan.
All right, I see the thing in the. It's on the ceiling, right?
He said it dropped down onto
It
the
has
floor.
dropped down, yes.
It's a big one, but anyway, I think I get my Zippo out and zap it.
The firebolt does indeed connect off the Zippo, singeing the creature's flesh, and you can smell this acrid odor suddenly hits the air.
I'm gonna move back and say,
Smells like you're cooking, Ben.
I'm cooking again. Hey guys, there's a big giant thing in the tunnel. Hurry!
Okay, Bryn.
Whack it, Bryn. Whack it.
Yeah, I'm gonna whack the shit out of it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, with the new blade, you slash down, connecting. Go ahead and post damage. The blade slices through it cleanly, actually severing part of its carapace and opening a massive wound, and you see blood gushes out rapidly as the creature collapses in death.
There she goes, still stealing the kills again.
I was really excited to do my extra attack, but I guess that didn't happen.
Do it again. Do it again. Whack its corpse.
I like you, Josephine.
Fucking hell yeah.
Everybody okay? No
You
injuries?
alright, Bryn? It kinda touched you with that little spindly thing. You good?
He did, but I'm fine.
Adam, I'm gonna grab the end of its body, and then I'm gonna try to drag it out into the open here.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna inspect the nearby ceiling to see if it has any more friends.
Okay, blind perception check for Josephine, and for Gorlami, go ahead and throw me an athletics check. You can do that one publicly if you like.
Sure. I'm at disadvantage, though. Still.
Josephine, you scan the ceiling carefully, but you don't spot any additional unwanted guests in this area.
How high up is the ceiling? Did we ask that already?
You did not. It is not too high. I'm gonna give you an exact measurement here. About 8 feet.
Oh, damn. How did we miss this fucking thing?
Well, he
How
can
big is it?
flatten himself and be more long than bulky, so think of him as like stretched out on the ceiling, and as you guys approach, he kind of came together and dropped.
Gotcha, he's a grower, not a shower. Okay.
Now, this one isn't me. That one's on you, okay?
You started it. We are here now, and we're not going back.
We are
Wait a
here. All
minute.
right. Okay, so yes, it is a bit challenging here, Gorlami. While it's not necessarily a strength issue of having the bulk, it's this slipperiness of its body, this mucus-like substance that comes on its tentacles is difficult to kind of get around. You try to get to its body itself, but it is quite large. You feel like you could certainly do this. You're not sure if you're going to get it out in one piece with this massive slash that Bryn did to it, if it's going to get caught on part of the wall, get torn up. So I guess the question is, are you trying to extract this for a particular purpose or just rough get it out of there?
I'm just trying to roughly clear out the tunnel so we have more space.
Okay, you are able to do that. You'll notice that Misa does get out of the way as you roughly just kind of pull it along. And yeah, you can see you're leaving like blood stains as you're just pulling it along roughly, and it's hitting the sides, getting caught on little jagged pieces, and kind of gets serrated many times. By the time you finally get done, this tunnel looks like a murder scene, but you do indeed pull them out and throw them off to the side.
Well, it was very much a murder, I'll tell you that.
And I bet you could cook that.
I'm a little embarrassed about my cooking lately.
Oh, shh.
Hey man, it's okay. Everyone has their off days.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The whole town will forget about it someday.
You should
The whole
read.
town.
You should read what Reggie wrote about your cooking in his journal. Nothing
Oh,
but
that's-
good things.
That's a good idea. Okay, enough about me. Let's go. Come on, quietly.
Okay, I'm the anchor. I go last. Everybody before me. Go.
I'm gonna look at the ceiling as I'm going.
It's not very high up. Maybe for you a little bit high, Finn, but... All right, you push along this path, Bryn and Josephine. You notice that it begins to incline here, which is indicated by those marks on the ground.
We are going up.
We're going up.
Hey, Adam, I know you got to monitor a token and the head of the party. Can we just assume that Misa will be in between Kartu and I in case token lock were to happen?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Okay.
What if
I
I
see-
want to hide behind the old lady, like some of you?
That's fine, too.
All right, as you approach this area, Bryn, you notice a open chamber here. It looks like it has very rough walls in the ceiling where there's like little rocks that sort of jagged off to the sides. You do notice that there is a door in the southwest corner here. Surprisingly, you can see what looks to be pitons pounded into the ground, blocking this door.
Well, this is strange.
All the pitons on our side.
Are they Adam?
You can certainly see them here, but to try to figure out what's going on, you would want to probably get a bit closer.
Is the door? It must be closed, right?
The door is closed, and Finn, as you're approaching now, yes, you can see the pitons are pounded in, giving you the impression that this door opens towards you, and somebody has pounded these pitons in to prevent the door being opened from the other side.
Is there a way to like crawl over them?
So pitons are basically like iron stakes, and they're being used to prevent the door from opening. You could certainly pull them out and remove them if you wished.
Well, what I want to do is I want to listen at the door. Take a page from my last character.
Yeah, you could do that. You could get up close to it. The pitons certainly have no risk of injuring you, if that's what you're asking.
Sure.
So I imagine it's a push door, Adam. So
It would be a pull door if it...
It's a pull door, yep.
Yeah.
If somebody put pitons on that side, my guess is because they didn't want that slimy thing to push through the daggone door.
Well, it's a pull to us.
Correct. Yeah, so your impression that you guys would gather is that somebody has entered this chamber and pounded pitons to prevent this door from being opened this way. So, you, like I said, it may seem strange from you because you guys are entering from this way, and you might think of it from a defensive perspective. It would be the way you were originally thinking, Garlami. But no, it looks like somebody entered this chamber, pounded pitons to this door to prevent it from opening, so whatever's in this room can't get to this chamber.
Maybe they were just trying to trap so no one could run when they came in there and killed everybody. There was no escape. It was a plan A. Trap. Go to the exit doors, defeat them, and then go inside and kill everybody.
We're of course having this conversation quietly.
Yes, of course. That's what I'm doing.
Adam, I'd like to make a check to see if I can tell what this room may have been used for. It just seems extra large, and I just want to see if, I don't know, furniture prints or, or if it's just like an empty cave kind of thing.
Sure, give me a blind check as you look around and try to put two and two together here. Josephine, as you listen by the door carefully, you can hear what sounds like slight breathing from the other side. It's very quiet. It's hard to hear. You just barely catch it.
There's someone on the other side. Someone or something breathing.
Adam, because I'm quite familiar with dwarfs and I grew up with them, does this particular technique with the pitons remind me of like something that they're taught to do, or does this remind me of like a dwarf practice in any way?
No, not necessarily. I mean, pitons obviously could be used to prevent doors from being opened. You don't relate it directly to anything to do with dwarves.
Okay. I was just saying maybe if I could think on what was the other side of the door, but...
I mean, not from what you see here. Nothing would, gather information or spark any thought from you from this perspective. Kurtu, as you look around this room carefully, it is barren of any kind of furniture. There doesn't look to be anything of interest here. Your best guess would be empty cave.
And since I do have it active for 10 minutes since the outside, do I pick anything up in my detect magic?
You do not.
Does it look like it'll make noise if we remove these pitons?
Most certainly, yes, because they are pounded into a stone ground, so you're going to have to use some effort and pull them out, and it's not going to make a huge clamor, but it's not going to be silent.
So whoever's on that other side of the door is going to hear us if we do it.
Almost assuredly, yes.
Do we need to remove the pitons to open the door?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Why don't you just knock?
Well, they can't.
Because it's probably the fucking Ratmen, and we want to surprise them.
Well, I mean, you're not going to surprise them pulling those things out of the earth.
We'll just go to the other tunnel.
Go out and then back around?
Well, if we pull the pitons out, he's gonna know and he's gonna alert everybody.
Yeah, but here's my thing. The other side, they had 2 guards. They weren't guarding this side. If they're not guarding this side, I assume it's because they thought the creature was doing that job for them. What's beyond this door? I can't imagine this.
Well, we could go with your plan of knocking, I guess, but what if it...
I don't know, but I don't think we should go around. I think we should just go through.
Okay, so out of character, I'm sure you guys would have brought me in this scenario. So the dwarves here, we were checking on them, but the rat people is who you found, right?
Yes,
So-
they said some of them died and some of them didn't, but I assume the ones who didn't are already gone, because who else would have buried the dead ones?
So I'm thinking, then is it logical to assume that before the rat people attacked, they secured the exit doors so no dwarves could leave?
I don't think so. I mean, I would assume that everything I would know about dwarves is that dwarves aren't going to abandon a mine. They would hold their ground. So my guess is that the people are still inside. The dwarves are still inside, but they're just not confronting the rats.
I have an idea. Do you speak Dwarvish?
Yes, of course.
So, they know if the rat people know there are dwarves here, maybe if you call out in Dwarvish, they might assume it's one of the dwarves and not an invader. And if it is the dwarves on the other side, they'll notice a friendly voice.
Sounds like a great plan. I knock on the door, speak dwarvish through it.
And the rest of us will be ready to hit something if it comes through.
I'm always ready.
Fair. I'm gonna put my hammer kind of slack in my hand and just tap it onto the door, and I'm going to, through the door in Dwarvish, I'm just going to say, we mean you no harm. We're here to help.
There's a bit of silence for a moment, and then you hear the sound of like a cough from the other side. And you hear, "Good try! Not gonna trick me!"
Okay. Where are you from,
Does it
dwarf?
sound like a dwarf, or does it sound like a rat person?
I think it sounds like a dwarf. I am Golami from Clan Dark Cloud of Sundabar. I'm sincere. I'm gonna turn around and look and say, who's got that Maraudin amulet? Anybody? I guess Ema probably has it. Look, we mean you no harm, honestly.
Give me a blind persuasion check as you're trying to convince this unknown individual through the door.
Okie dokie. Would these people happen to be either shield or gold dwarfs?
Maybe. If it is, tell me what effect that would have for your character.
It's just I'm a clan crafter, so I would be known. My clan would also be known, so I would assume that if they heard that, they would probably recognize the clan name. So I'm hoping that maybe that will assist in my blonde check.
If you have the clan crafter feature, if you want to post that for me real quick, I can take that into account. Okay, got it. Yep. And did you already throw the blind check? If not, go ahead and throw that now.
I have not. I'll do so now.
All right. And what was the clan name that you gave? Dark Cloud, you said?
Yeah, Dark Cloud from Sundabar. And then I'll tell him my father's name too.
And you hear a bit of like sputtering from the other side. Well, even if that's the case, I can't really help you, now can I?
No, but if you're coughing, it probably means you're hungry or thirsty. I have a friend here who could help you. Are you hungry?
What, you gonna give him our food?
Just trust me, Josephine.
Okay. I don't like this.
You can have my food. How about that? You keep yours. How about that? Are you hungry? Thirsty?
Ask him if there's rat people nearby.
You don't have any dwarven ale on you, do you?
Ask him if he's tied up and how many dwarfs are there.
No ale, but we can get you some, that's for sure. And I have no problem sharing my water. How many of you are there?
Only me left at this point.
Ask him where the rat people are.
Are there any rat people in there with you? Or have you secured yourself in?
No, the rat bastards. They're through the door. Can't really get to me here.
Do they know you're in here?
Of course.
Okay. Will you let us in?
We gotta take the Petons out.
Yeah. We're just gonna remove these buttons and come inside. Is that okay?
Sure. How am I gonna stop you anyhow?
Alright. I'll step back and, has anybody got a crowbar?
Bryn looks strong enough to do it.
Let me see. I'm just checking if I have one.
Bryn, you came in real quiet there.
Let me increase.
Is that for everybody else too, or is it just me?
Yeah, her volume is fucked.
Is this better?
A little
sounds
bit.
Like it sounds like you're far away from your microphone, maybe, Natalie?
Hey,
Oh, is this better?
That's
Yeah.
way better. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Pum pum pum.
hey,
I
guys.
do not think
Guys.
What? What?
I hear something in the tunnel.
Does
Like
it sound
behind
like?
us?
It sounds like screeching from outside. I heard a screech. I can't describe the screech, but I know it was there.
Well, it's if it's something big, it's probably not gonna be able to get through this tunnel. Nothing's coming behind us because the door is secured.
That other creature, I don't know if we want to get trapped there. Maybe we want to go check. I mean, I heard it. It was real. I know it was real.
Why don't we just go out the other entrance once we're finished beating the shit out of the rat people?
Just take the pitons and push them back in.
How's that gonna help? We'd have to be on the other side of the door, and it opens out.
It's true.
And if we go into the room where the dwarf is, he's stuck in there, so it doesn't help.
I don't think he's stuck. I think he's secured the other door on the other side.
I think we should probably try to see what the noises I heard, so we're not trapped in the middle like a bad sandwich.
Well, one of you go, because I will just make a lot of noise.
I will go.
I can go with you, or whacking stick person could go too.
Are there still screeches happening, or is this just the one?
You don't hear screeches at the moment from where you're at.
Let us know if anything changes.
The tokens will lock.
Bryn, as you get to about here, you can hear the sound of tearing, like squelched flesh being torn, perhaps, through the tunnel.
Oh,
It's just an animal that found our kill. It's happy. We don't need to worry about it.
It could be rat people eating our kill.
Does someone want to sneak up and see? I am not very sneaky.
a fireball would do it.
Fine. If it makes the kobold happy. So I'm gonna sneak around and try my best not to be seen as I'm... Why is the GM typing? I don't like this.
It's not related.
Okay.
So you're
So
trying
I-
to sneak around just so you can't be detected?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to peer around the corner while keeping myself as concealed as possible.
Give me a blind check as you attempt to be quiet as you're maneuvering around the tunnel here. Okay, yeah, you're making your way around this corner. As you get to there, Josephine, and looking around the corner, you notice a giant eagle perched on the ground here. As soon as you step there, you see its maw raises, this beak covered in blood, staring right at you as its eyes narrow.
I'm gonna back around the corner. Does it look big enough to follow us into the tunnel?
I mean, on first glance, it would be tough for it to get in here, you think. It would have to, like, narrow itself down or wiggle through.
Sure. It wouldn't be able to fly in. It would have to, like,
Right,
waddle in.
100%,
Yeah.
yep.
It's just a big fucking bird. It's eating the thing. There's nothing to worry about. We're fine.
You never know around here. We got We gotta check our back there to make sure we're good.
I'm glad you're so cautious, but it's fine. It's gonna eat its fill, it's gonna fly away, it's not gonna bother us. Let's go kill some rats.
That's nice.
It is nice you are diligent, Kurtu.
Thank you.
No problem.
Does anyone have a Dungeoneer's pack with a crowbar that I can pick up these pitons with?
No.
No. But I have a bunch of tools. I have thieves' tools. There's a crowbar and thieves' tools. Hey, use this.
Is
This'll
there?
work.
I don't think so.
I think a crowbar is a separate thing. I think thieves' tools are like lockpicks and
Yeah,
files and stuff.
it's okay. I'll just help you, Bren.
Alright.
All right, so it sounds like the two of you are just going to spend the whatever amount of time it takes to fasten on these and grab them and pull them out.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try.
All right,
Well,
both
it
of
has
you.
It has a pair of pliers. How about that?
Both of you go ahead and throw me athletics checks to represent your effort here and see how long it'll take. You can make these publicly.
My skill checks have sucked today. But I was just trying to help her. I don't know, like, brace her.
Yeah, you're not doing so well here, Gorlami. You're trying, but maybe there's not a whole lot of room to get in here. But yeah, Bryn, you're both hands free. You kind of grit and teeth and grab onto this and pull it out as much as you can. Kind of toss it off to the side. All together between the two of you guys here, taking all of these out ends up taking you guys about 20 minutes or so. And then the very last one, you pluck it loose and toss it to the side. And now the door is unobstructed.
Alright. I will open it.
All right, and I think I mentioned this before, but just as an FYI, there is an issue right now with the script to open doors. So when you say you're going to open it, I will just go ahead and move the thing. So just declare your move, or even if you click the button, that's fine. That tells me you're opening the door, and then I'll just move it. All right, you open this door, and the first thing that you spot here, Bryn, are some dead dwarves. They lie on the ground here, and their skin looks very cracked and decayed to an extent. It almost looks very dehydrated, would be the first guess you have.
Was the dwarfs.
Oh, sucks to be them.
As you step in saying that, Josephine, there is one living dwarf who's right now leaned up against the back rock wall here, and he just
Well, I assumed as much.
he eyes your group tiredly as you enter, and you can see he looks very haggard.
I'm going to pull my water skin out and pop the little cork off of it and hand it to him and say, well met. I'm sorry we couldn't get here faster.
And you see he takes the water skin from you when it's uncorked, and he puts it to his mouth, and he drinks a bit, and he looks back towards you, and he drinks some more, and you see he does this like 3 or 4 times, trying to make sure he gets quite a bit of water here, and then he nods slowly. Well, you're here, I guess, but too bad you weren't here for my friends. They did not make it.
Yeah, so, not to be a damper on this whole reunion party, but what can you tell us about this mine? Where are the rat people? We're here to kill them.
You see he points to the door to the west. That one there, or the one to the south of it. Both lead to a tunnel on the other side. You can get to them either way.
Cool. Anything we should know about the structure of this place? Like, are we about to walk into any dead ends, or should be some in mines, I imagine.
Yes, of course, the dead ends in mines. How do you think it works?
Well, I imagine you do a lot of digging, and, well, that's not really important right now. We're here to kill the rat people.
Good luck. They got the doors bound. I had them bound on this side first, thinking they were trying to come through. Then I realized they were just waiting us out. By the time we put 2 and 2 together, decided, maybe we should probably leave this place. Realized that they had behind the other door. Couldn't get through that one either.
How long have you been here?
Must be about a week by now.
Well, you can't go out the other way yet. There's a giant eagle eating some kind of crawler thing that we killed. But It looks like for us to get out this way, we're probably gonna have to bash down one of these doors.
Yeah, looks like it.
They're gonna hear that, you know.
So I guess it's time for us to use the fireball.
It's not time yet. I don't see them just yet. But when I see them, that's when we'll use it. But Mr. Dwarf Guy, I'm sorry about your friends here. But do you want? I know it's maybe bad timing, but do you want to come with us and help us get revenge on the dwarf friends that died?
I don't know if he looks up to it, but you know, it's your life, pal.
I'm asking him. He may say yes.
Not to fight a friend, just a minor. Not feeling good. Not near my best right now. And even at my best, that would be very good against the rat people.
How many are there? We've already killed, I don't know, 10 of them or so? I don't know. It was a bunch, I think.
Yeah, if you did, there's not many left then. I think there was maybe a dozen or so when they first came here, but the sneaky little bastards, can't say I really saw all of them.
Are there other dwarf friends of yours here? I mean, is it just you guys? What's the deal?
Just the ones in the graves out back. And then me, and then these guys here. That's all of us.
Oh, so sorry.
Here, have a ration. And, guys, I think maybe we should have Finn prepare us some food before we break down one of these doors here.
Just remember, we already have temp HP, so we can't double it up.
Not how
We don't
it
have
works,
temp
actually.
HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We could
it's
do
good.
it, but it would cost us our short rest, and I don't know if we want to do that when we're all basically full.
No, so I can do with 1 hour of work, or when you finish a long rest, I can cook a number of treats equal to my proficiency bonus that lasts 8 hours, and they give you 3 temp HP. So I can cook. It'll take me an hour to make 3 treats, or I can only do something if we officially take a short rest. Those are my abilities.
I don't think we should take a short rest right now.
Right. So the other thing is I can wait an hour and make 3 treats that will give each treat has 3 temp HP. So that's my chef ability applicable to this moment.
I can use that hour to make us a portable ram to ram one of these doors down too.
Mr. Dwarf Man, I'm sorry, I forgot to ask you your name, but I know this is a big ask, but you don't happen to have any silver weapons around here now, do you?
You see, he looks at you. You think this is the dumbest question I've ever heard? No, of course I have no silver weapons.
I know it sounds silly, but sometimes you never know without asking. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Unless Finn, yeah, there's nothing wrong about it.
Just a minor. I had a pickaxe, some tools, but no silver weapons, friend.
I at least think you should get on the other side of this door here and shut it behind us. If they do break in here, we don't want them getting past us to you.
You said I can't go out this way. You just came in right now. Well, why not?
There's a big ass bird out there eating shit.
You should
Looked
wait.
dangerous.
Yeah, but you should be able to exit soon once it finishes eating.
All right, well, I suppose that'll do. I'll have to stretch my legs and see if I can. I'm just very tired. Been here without food and water for some time. But yeah, let's see what I can do.
I don't think you should try to escape. I think you should just hold in that other room on the other side of the door. We'll come back for you. But if you need to run, then run.
Yeah, I hope not. Let's see. You see, he like slowly stands up and starts like brushing down and kind of like holding onto the wall for support, and slowly starts walking that way.
Hey Adam, it's probably nothing, but I'm sure maybe took me right to the end of my 10 minutes as I walked in here. Is there anything pinging on my TechNet?
Nothing magical other than anything your companions would have.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, guys, so here's the thing. If we smash down those doors, the whole complex is gonna know we're here. We could do that, or we could go out around the side when the bird goes away and try that other entrance first.
We could
Yeah.
just try to unlock the door.
He said they were barred on the other
I
side.
didn't hear that. I was way up near the tunnel still.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I mean, if we wait it out, we don't know how long it could be to wait. And then we don't even know if the other entrance is a dead end or what. I mean, it's 20 feet up in the air. I understand where you're coming from. We could just go all the way around and just go right in the front door.
Anyone else have thoughts?
Yeah, I don't see why we, if I don't see why we can't just climb the 20 foot. I mean, we didn't really assess how difficult it was going to be, and it's a tunnel. It's different than the front door.
Because I have disadvantage on all spell check or skill checks, and I haven't done shit all day with them, and my ass ain't gonna make it up that damn hill.
All right, I'm going to investigate the blanket in the south corner of the room where the bat odor seems to originate from.
As you get closer to it, it certainly seems like this is what they were using as their restroom while they were stuck here.
Ah!
You're good at finding these things. Not that I know that. That was my other character who noticed that.
I'm not falling for that same trick that Reggie made me do.
I think we should just smash everything.
I like your style. Okay. I'm committed to this then. I'm convinced.
I mean, we know these dwarfs are the last of them, so we don't have to worry about protecting them. There's one left.
And what is the door made out of, Adam?
Ah, good question. And I believe it is just a wooden door. Yes, wooden door with iron hinges.
Does it look sturdy, or is it like one of those...
It looks fairly sturdy.
Okay.
Would there possibly be any way to undo the hinges?
From this side, I would say not easily, but so, I mean, you can certainly try anything you like, but it doesn't look like it would be something you could just easily take off.
So is it barred on the other side, or the dwarf barred it so that they could get him?
They
both
both
barred
did,
it.
yeah.
The rats barred them inside so they would starve.
Okay, alright.
And they barred themselves inside so the rats couldn't come and get them.
Right.
Maybe,
It's not a problem to unbar our side, it's just getting through the other side that's
but
the
also,
issue.
it's wood, and maybe I can use my firebolt against it. I mean, it's better than hacking and slashing it with the weapon and maybe denting it.
By the way, what's the light source in here?
Only what you're bringing in with you technically, but because you guys were outside, that is where global illumination was probably turned on. Now that you're inside, good notice I can turn that off.
Then I will, I guess, have to light a torch, huh? So I will carry my staff in one hand and the torch in the other. Is there a
Alright,
macro that I need to use?
Yep, I got you. So torch, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, you now have a torch active.
And how long do they last? An hour?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
What do you guys think? We could try to burn the door down. It's maybe better than having noise echoing all the way through the halls.
Yes, but where does the smoke go? We'll choke ourselves out.
You have a lot of what if things.
Well, anytime you set something on fire, Kotu, the smoke has to go somewhere. That's why a chimney was invented.
I don't have a chimney, I understand that, but I mean, how do you want to knock down this door?
So we unbar it on our side, and Bryn knocks it down, old school.
If you give me an hour, I can make a ram, like a door ram. We can hold it together and poof.
Sounds great. I'm gonna come over here and make some treats. And a small little fire in the tunnel.
Yeah, no matter what we do, it sounds like we're stuck here for a while. Either waiting for the bird to leave or smashing the door down. So, yeah, let's do it.
So I'm going out in the tunnel here, Adam, carefully, but I'm going to just get some ventilation and make a small... It says I have to cook it, but it doesn't say I have to grill it or something. So I'm going to take some berries. I have some berries and a potato, and I'm going to slice a bit of potato and spread some berry juice on it and cook it under a small flame. I'm going to make 3 treats. It'll take me an hour.
What kind of flame are you making here? What's your fuel source?
It's going to be my kindling and my cooker's utensils and stuff.
So you have kindling that you carry around with you at all times?
Mm-hmm. I got to make fire.
Is that part of your character sheet? Can you tell me what that is?
If as a traveling chef, I would imagine that I would have something to make a small or large campfire.
I would imagine you're relying on collecting sticks and stuff while you're on your travels, because obviously there's a ton of wood around in the world. I don't imagine you carry around like campfire wood, and if you do, that would certainly be a significant weight thing.
But as far as like, okay, no, I guess not. Let me see what's in the cook's utensils.
And maybe I hate to say this, but maybe the dwarfs have some, clothes that maybe catch on fire. Not the urine one, not that one.
I mean, I have 19 torches. Eomir gave me all these stupid torches. We could break
Great.
a few of them.
Yeah, give me a torch and I'll light the end of a torch here and I'll use it to cook. There you go.
That'll work.
Yeah. You want 18 more? Because I have no use for these.
I'll take 2. I'll take 3 torches total.
Yeah.
Keep a few on hand for me so I can see.
Sure.
Shoot, we should have just gone ahead and traded all of our torches for those silver arrows,
All right, Adam, I am going to take... I have 20 crossbow bolts, and I'm going to take 3 pieces of gold, which will be equivalent to the price of a portable ram. And I'm going to spend an hour doing my channel divinity for Artisan's Blessing to make a portable ram.
Okay, post the Artisan's Blessing for me again, because I can't remember if this one takes in sale price or how it works exactly.
I posted it there. It says, a thing you create can be something that is worth no more than 100 gold pieces. As part of this ritual, you must lay out metal, which can include coins with a value equal to the creation. The metal irretrievably coalesces and transforms into the creation at the ritual's end, magically forming even non-metal parts of the creation.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't mention sale price here at all, so yeah, I think that would work. So you're using 20 crossbow bolts, meaning 1 gold, and you're placing 3 other gold for the cost of a battering ram, is that what you said?
Yep, and the portable ram, this is what it said. So I'm just going to build one so we can...
I mean, visually, this is hilarious to think that you put down some bolts and a couple of coins, you use this ritual, and it coalesces into a battering ram. But mechanically, it works, so let's go.
It's magic. You ain't got to explain shit.
It says magically coalesces, so... I would assume that what you guys see, though, is you see him with his smith tools, and it looks like he's spending like that whole hour. He's just hammering away at these tiny little coins and crossbow bolts. But slowly, they just kind of mesh out and form over the course of an hour into the battering ram.
Okay, so wait a minute. This will definitely work, but the crossbow bolts, what is the point there? Are you trying to get the value of the bolts?
Yeah, and I didn't need them, so I was just trying to get them out of my pack.
Got it. Okay, so you basically are spending 4 gold to do this, then?
Yeah, that's what I have to spend to be able to make it.
Okay, perfect. Got it. All right, so you place these coins, and you're engaged in this 1 hour, at which point in time you will have a 35-pound portable ram that is created from this ritual. During this time, is there anything else anybody's doing?
I didn't spend key, so I don't need to meditate. I'm just watching with interest.
Okay, and Finn, you're using a torch to cook up your treats. Okay, so once the hour completes, Bryn has put on the gun show, and Finn, your food is cooked, and yeah, the ritual completes and converts into a battering ram, portable ram.
Okay, guys, here. Bryn, eat this. Josephine, eat this. Gore, eat this. I'm gonna give you the treats. You get 3 temp HP. It's a little potato with a nice little hollandaise blackberry sauce.
Thank you,
I
Finn.
eat the treat.
I'll eat the treat, but I'll turn my back to the dwarf so he doesn't see me.
Okay.
I don't want to be a douche. See, that's what I get.
It's just 3 straight up. This isn't the D8 one.
Yeah, it's 3 temp.
Oh, okay.
I make all kinds of goodies.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have too many things on my character sheet to remember yours too. Sorry. All right, Bryn. Here. And I'll hand the portable ram over to her. I'm still gonna carry it, but I'm just gonna hold the back of it and give her assistance while she rams the door down. My recommendation.
I'm
My
going to run and smash it.
Well, hang on. Okay. I don't think I can stop her because I'm too little, but I was going to suggest I could listen at each door to see if I can see which one might be better for us.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yes. I was thinking the same. Plus, I think perhaps the one at the south has more room in there, so maybe that will be better for us to break it down, just in case there are things on the other side.
So I'm gonna sneak around to both doors and try to listen at them.
All right, yeah, go ahead and throw me a blind perception check.
Just 1 or 2?
Just one's fine. It is quiet from what you can hear at both doors.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't seem to matter. We're gonna make a lot of noise either way, but it doesn't seem like these doors are guarded at the moment.
Well, it looks like there is actually more room to run with the north door.
All right, Adam. I'm gonna take those 3 dwarf bodies, and I'm just gonna pick them up and move them into this room back here, so they're not in this same room we're at, so we're not stepping over bodies. I see that 4th one down there, so I'll grab that one too. Clear a runway for Bryn.
All right, you do so.
Okay, I guess I'll get behind her because she's gonna do this running ram, so I'll try to assist from behind, holding onto that back bar.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Ah! You didn't run.
So you rush. Whoa, okay.
Whoa!
That actually let her go through the wall. That was such a
Fucking
powerful
Mach speed. Phased through it.
Doesn't even need to roll. You definitely went through the door.
I'm gonna scoot you back there, Brad, just for mechanics and all that. But yeah, so you guys run forward, slamming at this. Go ahead and give me an athletics check at advantage, Bren. You can make this at advantage.
And she gets +4 from it for the battering ram.
Yes.
On top of this.
Huzzah!
You smash into the door pretty solidly, and you can see it rocks, and this sound obviously rings out, but it holds true.
Smash it again.
All right, again.
Wait, Bryn, this time you gotta, lower your shoulder more, okay? Lower your shoulder.
So you step forth, cast the spell with verbal components, touching upon her.
You ready to go again, Gore?
Yes, let me stretch.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna rebar this door if we didn't already take the bars off. Just so they can't come around the other side.
Okay, got it.
I assume I have time enough to, while they're lining up their next.
Count us down, Bryn. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Ah!
All right, go ahead and make another check, and you can add guidance this time.
This is at advantage as well because he's helping her.
Yes.
And +4.
21 plus
ram.
guidance.
Nice. It's a good one.
It
Hopefully.
slams into the door solidly once again, and you can see the top part of the door smashed as it is now a bit off of the hinges here. It's sort of like leaning forth, but the bottom part of the door is still connected.
Can we reach through the hole and pull the bars out?
The other side of the door is being sealed by pitons. So this is the side of the door that had the bar on it. You guys took that off. The other side has pitons, so no.
One
Okay.
more, Bryn.
We're going through. We're committed now.
All right.
All right,
Now-
so
now
it
this
sounds to
time-
me,
Yeah.
it sounds to me like you guys are going to spend the time here until you can get through. Fair statement?
Oh yeah.
All right. So as you're doing this, and taking a moment as you step backwards, and then get braced and ready to go, you can definitely hear the sound of squeaking coming from the other side now, which you associate with rats.
Well, aim for the top of it. Go.
Top of it. We already broke the top.
Well, if it's broken, then I can climb through. Is it
But how are
broken
you
or
gonna-
just loosening?
How are you gonna get the pitons out?
No, I know, but I thought it was just loosened, not broken, right?
So again, a door hinges top and bottom. Imagine the top hinges are broken off, right? And the door is sort of like leaning forward, but there's pitons on the other side that are bracing it. So while it's off its hinges, you guys haven't knocked the pitons out that are hammered in to prevent it from being open, and the bottom hinges look to be still intact. But like I said, if your goal here is just keep hammering it until it goes, we don't have to keep doing the roll. And I think it makes sense if you guys are willing to invest the time to bash it open. If there's something careful you're wanting to do, this is why I'm giving you the heads up that you're hearing these squeaking from the other side.
We left careful at the door a while ago. I think.
Fair enough. I just wanted to
I think we're going through.
All right, yep, just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so you guys keep hammering away at this door, and I'm going to assume that Bryn and Gorlami are going to be right here as you're smashing at the door solidly. So as you continue smashing at it with the portable ram, you can see you're hitting it, and eventually, yes, it breaks enough, and you can hear the sound of the pitons from the other side breaking apart, and eventually this door is smashed so badly that there's actually like half the door is broken in half. So you can think of it as like the top half is sagged so much that it's hanging onto the other side, and this has opened up a gap near the top that suddenly you're able to see a bit on the other side, and you can hear all the sounds of these squeaking rats and things, and you notice them beginning to climb up towards the door. So when this occurs, I'm going to go ahead and lock the tokens here, and I'm going to roll us some initiative. And then let me confirm that this gets everybody.
Do I see me?
That's a lot of shit. We might need that fireball after all.
All right, hang on one sec. I'm just going through because I had to do a group select and avoid corpses and things. So no, you're not there. Let me add you in here, Finn.
And we're missing who?
And Kurtu, who's
Kurtu.
all the way by the bodies, yes. Okay, so that should be hopefully everybody. Double check, make sure you're in there. And let me go ahead and put on some more intense music. Let's give this one a shot.
I'd like my inspiration to be higher, or initiative to be higher, please.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so from the this part of the door that is now smashed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal part of this, and I want to be careful again to make sure you guys understand this is not, even though I have to do this mechanically or visually for this to make sense, I'm revealing part of this opening, but keep in mind it's actually the top half of the door that is smashed through at this point, right? So the bottom half is still intact, so mechanically if you want to step over this, think of it as difficult terrain, you would just spend 10 feet to step over it to get to the other side. From the other side, however, you're going to notice some flurry of movement pretty quickly, and then it will be Bryn's turn.
Okay, I will step over. I'll drop the battering ram.
All right, so obviously battering ram is going to require you to have, I'm assuming, 2 hands on it based on the way I'm visualizing what a portable ram is. So as you drop the portable ram, you would have both your hands free. So what would you like to do as you step over?
Can I yell out of turn? Drink that elixir I gave you!
Yep, that's quick. You can certainly do that.
That is a good idea. Alright. Yeah, I'll chug the elixir.
And I believe that's an action, right, Finn, for her to drink that?
Yeah, it'll take an action +1 for armor class for 10 minutes.
Okay, so you grab the elixir from your side after you drop the portable ram to the ground, which rings out pretty loudly. You grab onto that elixir and chug it.
And then I will look at Gore and say, should we fatal funnel them and let them come to us?
Yes. Draw them in.
Back here.
All right, and certainly you notice a giant rat jumps over this incline part of the door, getting to the other side, and when it does, it is going to attempt to bite Gorlami.
Okay, so I had to have one hand on the ram to assist, is what it said. I'm quite sure. Let me read it again.
It says other character can help you using the ram, giving you advantage. So yeah, I'm imagining, again, a portable ram is like, usually when you do a ram,
Yeah, it's 35 pounds.
It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both of our hands.
That's
so
what I'm
my
thinking,
AC, my AC will be 16 then, Adam, just for my defense roll, just so you're aware.
Okay, gotcha. So basically, I'm taking 2 off your defensive roll, is what you're telling me, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so as the rat hops over and tries to bite you, it does not connect. You can hear the sound of squeaking just circling around this entire area. You'll notice another rat jumps here and moves over, and with that, Bryn, you technically have an opportunity attack. You don't have a weapon in hand right now, but you could punch if you wanted to.
Okay.
Alright, so just go ahead and throw your longsword attack. I'll take the magic bonus off, and we'll see if you connect. Alright, so you punch out at this rat, and you do manage to smack into... Or actually, unarmed strike, I don't know if you're considered proficient in that. 1 second.
They are. You must be.
Everybody is? Or not just monks?
I think it's everybody, but monks get to use martial arts die.
Alright, for speed of play, I'm going to go with that. So yes, you do indeed punch into the rat as it pops over. So I'm just going to take your strength bonus in damage. So you punch into this giant rat as it jumps over. And from here, this one is going to attack Josephine. So Josephine, defensive roll, please.
You got it. It's up top somewhere. Defense.
Alright, so as this big hairy rat jumps towards you, attempting to bite, you do manage to evade that. Okay, next up is Kurtu.
Alright, I gotta come down, take a look.
Oh my. I want to get more of them.
I'm gonna come here and I will shoot at the guy down south with just a firebolt for now.
Alright, you line up a firebolt on this giant rat, which smacks solidly into it.
I think it's a spell save.
It is not. Nope, just go ahead and click on the word firebolt in chat there, Bill, and they'll post the damage.
Holy shit.
That turns it into a crispy critter.
One down, 25 more to go.
Okay. I'm going to stay here, but I am going to shout, just in our group area as best I can anyway.
Maybe we should have them come into this room, people. There's bigger space for my fireball.
I think they're coming around. They know exactly where we are. They're coming around from the front.
That bird might still be out there.
Hopefully.
They may not want to get past it. But yes, you're right. They could.
Anything else on your turn here, Kurtu?
Sorry, I'm going to end my turn. Just don't remember where the button is.
Should be a macro on the bottom of your bar. And if
There it
not,
is.
in chat, you'll see that
It
EOT.
is, yeah.
All right, we'll move to Finn.
Okay, you're gonna see Finn. He's going to take his Zippo out. It looks a little bigger. And he's gonna flip it to the other side, and he spins a dial real fast, faster, then blows on it. He's gonna cast Flaming Sphere, and he's gonna plop it right. I don't know if there's a thing for that, or we can just use.
Yeah, I was checking this. Actually, that is one of the smart ones. So if you go over to your macros, find Cast Flaming Sphere and click on the die.
I need to choose me, right?
Yes, have your token selected. Yep. Okay, and then that should allow you to drag the targeting icon that is now popped on the map to where you'd like to place it. Alright, and then post the Flaming Sphere spell, because I think this doesn't affect right away, or you have to do something else to cause the damage.
I think it's anything within 5 feet or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think it's at like the start of their turn.
Yeah, it does do passive damage.
He ends his turn within 5.
Yeah, end turn. That's really annoying in fucking Solasta because the enemies are so smart that they always walk out of it.
Great game, by the way.
Makes it fucking useless.
Okay, so you've used your action to cast it, and now as a bonus action, if you wish,
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
gonna do that. I'm gonna hit the guy next to Goron. I'm gonna ram it as a bonus action next to this rat here.
So you're moving it east. Okay, got it.
I'll ram into it, but then stay back here. So I guess I could trigger all now, right?
So I'm thinking the trigger all is probably going to do because notice the area of effect. I'm thinking that's the passive effect. So go ahead and throw me a spell effect roll, because this is going to be treated separately. Okay, so he will succeed on that save. So throw 2d6, and then he will take half of that in fire damage. All right, so the Flaming Sphere moves towards the rat, slamming in that way. He jumps out of the way as best he can, and he is singed by it a bit.
Okay. Guys, I'm really concerned that I'd be coming on their side. So that's my action, bonus action, movement. I'm going to... No, I should probably... I have to still looking at my sphere. Let me go back here. There's 3 more!
Gorlami, as you stand here looking past this Flaming Sphere, past all of these rats, you notice a woman steps around the corner, and she turns quickly and looks towards you and narrows her eyes. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I can't see her. Does it matter if I can't see her? Because she's not in my line of sight.
She can see you, so yes.
So what am I giving you? Wisdom saving
throw? Yep. All right, so yes, you notice as she stares at you, you feel this kind of strange something overcoming you, but you are able to shake your head and shake this effect off.
Did you fumble it like the other guy fumbled the lightning bolt?
This one has no damage associated with it, so there's no fumble.
Okay.
Gorlami, it is your turn.
It is indeed. I hear what Kurtu's saying. So I think I'm going to take my interact with object to draw my hammer. And I am going to, because I've got a free hand, I'm going to use 2 hands to bring it down on the rat's head, if possible.
You can certainly try, yeah.
Here we go.
That will connect.
Here's the damage.
Yes, and the rat
That's
is
kinda killer.
paste.
Okie dokie. I'm going to also step back, and I'm going to say, have a spellcaster. Watch her gaze, and I'm going to kind of stand in this doorway here at him.
Okay.
Bonus action? I don't think I can use my bonus action to don my shield, right? So,
No, that is an action.
okay. It's not an interact with object action either, right? It's an
No,
actual action.
unfortunately, strapping on a shield is a bit more involved, so it requires a full action.
Perfect. Okay. Then I'm going to end my turn there.
Okay, this one's turn, and reading back up Flaming Sphere. Okay, so it is going to scurry around the Flaming Sphere over the doorway, getting to here and attempt to bite you, Bryn. Defensive roll, please. That bite will indeed connect. And Bryn, you will suffer 4 points of piercing damage. You hear the sound of squeaking once again echoing. It's hard to make out much of it over the sound of flames. Okay, Josephine's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna move into flanking position against this rat man. Or, I guess it's just a regular old rat. And then, I will take my 2 attacks with my 2-handed whacking stick. So, here comes whack 1.
Yes, you smack solidly into it, turning it to a dead corpse.
Hell yeah. Then I see that guy. So
again, for mechanical purposes, keep in mind that half the door is missing, so you're looking through the top. So you're seeing just a tiny piece of this rat on the ground at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna run through the flaming sphere. That seems like a bad idea. So I am going to back up 5 more feet, and then I already used my action to attack, so I guess my other 2 are going to be wasted this turn. I'll just ask with my talk no jutsu free action. Are we backing up or are we holding this position?
I think Kurtu wants more people for his fireball. I still think we should go down there. Hold this room.
That door down there is barred. It's going to take them a while to get through. So if they're coming at us from this way or from behind us. And that's probably 6 seconds. Yeah, so
for sure.
I'm just going to end my turn there, and we'll be ready. And out of turn, now that it's been another 6 seconds, I'll say, they're going up north. They probably are circling around.
All right, Misa, hearing you guys discussing different thoughts, looks and says, "Oh, well, whatever you guys think is good. I'm going to stay back here for now until I see something more." All right, top of the next round. Bryn's turn.
Well, what should we do, people?
Go forward, right? I thought that's what we were doing.
And we can either go to another entrance or just go through this door here. What do you guys want to do? I'm okay.
And that rat ran around my flaming sphere without being affected. You just can't end next to my sphere.
Correct.
So you can go however mechanically the rat did it, you guys could do it.
All right, I will go through.
All right, so remember difficult terrain to move over the door. So that's 5, 15, 20, 25 to get to where you're at, Bryn.
And seeing the spellcaster, I will sidle up next to her, try and take her out.
All right, you slash down towards her and do indeed connect. Go ahead and post damage. All right, that slash wounds her as it catches her in the shoulder.
An extra attack.
That one, unfortunately, will not connect.
Darn it.
All right. This one is going to step down to here, and you see he has a crossbow in hand, which looks to be a hand crossbow. He is going to fire a shot at you, which will go through cover. So go ahead and give me a defensive roll, and I'll add the cover in there, Brad. And I'm assuming your 18 base is also with a shield that you don't currently have, right?
And it's 19 because I drank the elixir, assuming we're within 10 minutes.
You certainly are, yes. So, all right, that bolt will fly wide and does not connect.
Sweet.
Okay, Kurtu's turn.
All right. I'm going to come over here. But since I can't really get anywhere else, I'm going to go ahead and I will hold my turn that if I see a baddie in my range, I'm going to shoot him with Firebolt.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say,
Guys, do we go through?
and I heard what Finn told me earlier, but I can't make it I couldn't make it all the way through with difficult terrain.
Okay, Finn's turn.
Alright, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. Now I'm going to move my sphere. Bonus actions 5, 10. That's 15. So I'm going to move another. So that's my 30 feet of movement. And then I'm going to move this back here. Okay, so that's because the movement was 5, 10, 15, 20.
So
I can move it
unfortunately,
30.
you won't be able to do that. So once you move it and then stop and then you move, you can't go back and move your sphere again.
Oh, that's right, because one continuous. Okay, you're right. Mechanically, you're right. All right, so it's going to stay there. You just. I'm going to say, don't end your turn there. You should be fine, Bryn. My movement's over. Action. No action yet. Let me see. What can I do with an action? I'm going to dodge as an action.
Okay. All right. Before your eyes, Bryn, you notice this woman standing here. You've slashed into her once and wounded her. You notice that the cut on her arm where your blade dug in is knitting itself back up as her flesh is healing.
Whoa.
And she is going to attempt to bite you. Give me a defensive roll, please, Bryn. You manage to evade this easily as she then stabs forward with a short sword. Another defensive roll. Yes, this one as well. You are able to avoid it as we move to Gorlami.
Alrighty. Adam, can I go this way, or would I have to go forward first?
You won't be able to cut through the wall.
15. And then going over would be 20, 25. And then 30. Okay. I can see her just enough. I need to get my shield on. So I'm going to use my action to attach my shield at him and secure it to my arm.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to... Sorry, I'm just looking if this is a... Yes, it is. What do I want to do here, guys?
Are you asking for advice?
Should I go north? There's room north. Should I go north?
Yes, go. Check it
I'm
out.
probably going north.
Okay. I'm gonna, hearing that, you hear him growl really loud and like his veins in his ears pop. I don't know why that says 0, Adam. I've got 2 more left. But I'm going to go use my bonus action to dash up forward into this room. Haha, more rats! And I'm actually going to stop here so they can't wrap around and flank me, hopefully.
So unfortunately, again, once you move, do you have extra movement to move back there?
Yeah, because it gives me a dash action, so it would have been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
That works perfectly then.
And then actually, I'm actually going to go here, 30, so I don't have that spellcaster's eyes on me again.
Okay, yep.
Back to the wall. Hooah! In my turn.
Okay, and just FYI, the reason it says 0 there is you have to have some kind of damage to make the deductions work, but below it, you'll see it says 2 left, so you're all set.
Gotcha. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, let's see. This one is going to step up here, and Bryn, fire a hand crossbow bolt at you. Defensive roll, please. You manage to evade this strike as well, and then you will see this one moves back. All right, this giant rat comes forward to attack you, Gorlami. Defensive roll, please. Yes, you managed to get that shield up in time, and it just bites metal. Josephine.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Gore's at the
Okay.
north, and Bryn's going south.
It's a
Yep.
dead end.
So if I move here, I do not take the damage until the end of my turn, correct?
Correct.
So I will go 30, and then my arms are coming out. So this one and this one are both within 10 feet of me. So it is 2 rolls of my martial arts die against my, I guess, spell save DC. So I don't know if we have that coded yet.
So you're basically making 2 spell effect rolls. So for you, this is just 2 wisdom rolls. So just go ahead and roll wisdom twice, not saving throw. Just roll it. Yeah, should just post it as a regular wisdom roll. Or actually, you know what? Actually, you have proficiency in yeah, just roll a wisdom saving throw. That's going to be the easiest.
I don't have proficiency in wisdom. I'm a monk.
You
It's
do
strength
not.
and dex.
Okay, then just throw a d20 twice.
Okay. 20. And
Okay, so I'm adding 5 to both rolls because you have 5 added to spell
Ugh.
effects. So that's 14
So top
and
down.
8.
Yeah, 14 and 8.
And these are your arms are a wisdom save for them?
I think it's a. Let me double check. I think it might be a dex save. Long class. Arms of the astral self. Dexterity saving throw. Or take force damage equal to 2 rolls of martial arts die.
Okay, so they're both going to succeed on your spell effect rolls, unfortunately. Is
Okay,
it
so
half
nothing
damage?
happens.
Okay,
No.
so nothing, alright.
So then I will make 2 force punch attacks at this guy because I assume this one is going to have cover even though they're hovering behind me.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I will swing out at the rat to my north.
Okay.
So this is 2 unarmed strikes as my action. 13 and 23.
Both will connect.
And this is
The
force
first-
damage. I don't know why it says bludgeoning. Oh, because I don't have coded.
The first one will actually kill that rat.
Okay, then I will aim for the second attack at this one then.
Okay, and that gets through the cover and does hit, and you said force damage.
Force damage.
Alright, and she is wounded by that strike.
And I will, for the rest of my movement, I have 10 more, so I'll just back up a step.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright, and this rat is also going to come down, and Gorlami is going to attempt to bite you.
I want to growl at it. Ugh.
Once again, managed to evade that strike. Alright, Miza's coming down this way. Doesn't see any enemies from where she's at, though, so she's going to hold up there. Top of the next round. Bryn, your turn.
Alright, Bryn's gonna continue hacking out at the spellcaster.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. First attack connects, wounding her. Second attack connects, wounding her badly.
Alright, guys. See if you can hit this woman. She keeps healing herself once I have hit her, and she's almost down.
At the end of your turn, Bryn, ending by that flaming sphere, Finn, go ahead and do the trigger all.
Sorry, trigger all. Okay, cool. Because it was just
So it should automatically do it so she doesn't have to worry about saves and all that.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so you succeed on that save, Bryn, suffering 3 points of damage. It should have automatically taken that off of you, so we're all good there.
Way better than Finn's roll.
Yep, exactly. All right, this one here is going to fire his crossbow at you, Bryn. So, Bryn, defensive roll, please. Yes, once again, you're going to notice as this bolt just shoots wide.
We missed you, Bryn.
I missed you guys too.
All right, move to Kurtu's turn.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
All right, so,
So
that's
that's-
25 feet to get to there.
Yeah. And I am going to.
Kill the bitch! Kill the bitch!
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to be. I wanted to see the angle to see what I had available, kind of thing.
You got those? Well, I won't say anything. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got my wings and everything. I can get away. That's not what I'm fearful of.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah,
do, do.
yeah.
6 seconds!
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play Kurtu, which I'm not saying that this is probably the right thing to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I feel like there was foreshadowing involved in this decision.
Well, the problem is I didn't know the angles of the thing because I was actually thinking about doing my laser, where I had the row if I had them lined up, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cast Fireball at him right here.
All right, so Fireball is certainly another one of those ones that we have in the macros. So if you click over in the bulleted list icon there, Bill, find the one that's called Cast Fireball. Click on the die roll associated with it. When your token selected, it should then pop up a targeting icon and allow you to drag it where you like.
I'm sorry, Adam, where is it at?
Yeah, no problem. So top right corner, you'll see a bulleted list icon. Select that. And then you should see a bunch of different macros listed and find the one called Cast Fireball. And there's a die roll icon or a dice icon just left of the Cast Fireball. As long as you have your token selected, when you click that little die icon just to the left of Cast Fireball, it should pop up a targeting icon and allow you to drag that where you'd like to put it.
Okay, I think it beamed up, but I may not have it because of the wall.
I don't see anything on my screen so far. So just again, one more time. So make sure your token is selected.
Oh, yeah, hold on. It's down. Okay, I missed a spot.
There you go.
It's
All
a
right,
big
gonna-
old bullseye.
I'm gonna place it there, Adam, to see if this here works.
Oh, it looks like we've got two going. I'm going to get rid of this one. And hopefully, let's see.
I
is that
hope so.
accurate?
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm in it.
Let me just check and make sure this is accurate. That looks too small. So, Bill, I'm going to ask you to
Yeah.
redo that. Let me get rid of this one. All right, so one more time, just click on your... yeah, so it looks like we moved the flaming sphere. So let's handle Bill's first, then we'll move back to the flaming sphere. So Kurtu, go ahead and click on your token. Click on the Cast Fireball icon, and that should pop up the targeting icon. Okay, and now move that down to where you like.
And what do I do to move it? Because do I right click?
Nope, you just left click on the big targeting icon and start moving it down.
It's not moving down. I'm wondering if it has to do with the walls or something. Oh, there it goes. It's starting to kind of slide, but it's not.
Okay, well, it looks like I can move it pretty easily. So
yeah, you
give
can
me-
move it. I couldn't move it.
So again, based on the limits of your vision, let me see exactly how far you can see. Okay, so based on the limits of your vision, the farthest down you'll be able to place the center of the fireball. I'm going to put it at the very furthest reaches of where you're going to be able to put it. Let me keep looking. You can't quite see there.
Can he occupy the same space as the flaming sphere? Because he has 5 feet of movement left.
I'm beaming where I can see Adam in case it helps at all. That's
Well,
the
so
corner, okay.
unfortunately, yes, on the map, technically you can see there, but you have to remember the walls too, right? So you're saying down here, but notice how that goes through
Oh,
the
yeah,
wall?
yeah.
So
That's true.
really, this is where you can actually truly see for targeting purposes.
Yeah, I can see a corner. I can see this top. I can see that bottom corner there.
So I think this, let me just double check, I think this will work, because obviously you're trying not to hit your companions.
Which is very kind of him.
So
Courteous.
I'm gonna say you can put it just left of this.
All right, let's go ahead and see how this does, and because I'm not here next week, so I don't have to live with the
No consequences,
ramifications,
right?
You know.
We'll kick your ass if you kill us.
All right.
Off
You know what?
screen.
Here we go.
All right, so give that. Can you select the targeting thing now or no? Because if not,
I can't move it. Yeah,
But
I
do you
can't
get the
move
little
it.
buttons that pop up when you select it where it says like trigger all? Can you click that? Because I'd rather have you click it and see the damage posted rather than me, but if not, I can do it.
I just clicked
There
the
we
trigger
go.
all anyway.
Okay, so that blew up and incinerates the one just south of you, Bryn. So the spellcaster, as you are calling her, burns down to the ground. The other two are wounded, though both of them succeeded on their saves and suffer only partial damage from that. Okay,
Damage.
Kurtu, you got 5 feet left. Is there anywhere else you'd like to move?
My bonus action. Let me see if I can do this without screwing things up. My bonus action. My wings pop up and I misty step.
Unfortunately, if
You
that's
cannot
like
do
Misty
that.
Step, that would be casting 2 leveled spells in a round.
It's my ability from my feet.
Right, but does the ability say this gives you the ability to cast Misty Step?
I think so. You took the Fey Touched, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
that is just like casting. I know we flavored it from you for like wings, but it's still like casting a spell. So unfortunately, because you cast Fireball, you won't be able to also cast a bonus action spell this round.
That's okay. If I absorb some of Finn's fire, then it's only I'm just going to relish in it.
Okay, fair enough. So you're holding up right here where you'd like? Yep, I was just going to ask you to do that, Brian. Appreciate that.
Yep, I'll just go there and I'll take the damage.
Okay, fair enough. So you end your turn there, and then, yeah, so trigger. So there is an
Middle of the
option for
button square.
trigger 1 here, Brian. So I think you might have to. I don't know. Let me see if I can do this.
He's in my space. Is that right?
Yes, I would say you're probably not going to end your space because it is a 5-foot orb. So while you can move around it and so forth, I wouldn't say you could end it there. So if you don't mind, Kurtu, move 5 feet away from that, either east or northeast, because I know.
Then I think.
Yeah, see, I can't. Here, let me just move my token and I'll put it back. My apologies, but now I'm grabbing the token.
Got it, because that
Yeah.
everybody can select that, and that's going over top everything.
Yep, there you go. Okay.
Now I
cool.
should be able to select just Kurtu, right? Trigger target.
So try trigger target, but I don't know if it's going to let you pick who it is. Let's see how it goes.
Choose target.
Oh, it says that. Okay, perfect.
Oh,
Nice. Okay, so 1 damage. There you go. So it was 2
Oh, that was-
damage minimum, and he succeeded for 1. That's as best you can do against an ally.
Yeah, sorry about all the time it took on that, but I will say,
We know you just wanted to cast Fireball.
I did.
before you left.
I wanted to try to see if I don't know what came down underneath that area that I couldn't see. So anyway, yep, I'm done. Thank you.
All right, Finn.
all right. 5, 10. No, I'm not gonna. Hey, Gore, is that someone next to you?
Just one. I got it. Puny rat.
All right. 5, 10, 15. Ah, okay. End my turn there. Bonus action. Oh, I don't need to end my turn there, but that's 15 movement. Bonus action. 1 swoop. Smash! I'm gonna smash into him. With my
So
flaming
you're
spear.
trying to move it forward, though, right? So unfortunately, it doesn't go through people. It would smash into Brit.
Oh, that's right. It would. Yeah, I can't do that. That's right.
It says it can move it around objects, so it says that it can lift up over objects.
Remembering this is
The
an 8
tunnel's
foot
only 8 feet
high.
high.
Right,
yeah.
right.
But if a rat can go around it, do you think I can manipulate it to go around something?
Well, the rat's pretty small compared to the size of the 5-foot sphere. So let me just read the chat or the text real quick to make sure I'm not missing anything.
just dissipate it now. It's not really.
Yeah, it says when you move the sphere, you can direct it over barriers up to 5 feet tall. So it could like ramp or roll over it for sure, or it could jump across a pit 10 feet. But unfortunately, there's no space here. Again, it's a 5-foot orb, right? So there's no way that you could move it around Bryn without hitting Bryn.
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree with the kobold. Just drop it. We got this.
Yeah. Free action, drop it, and then I'm going to.
Meaning you're dropping concentration on it, right?
Yeah, drop concentration on Flame Sphere, and then I'm going to fire a bolt the this guy here to the south.
All right, is at disadvantage as you have an enemy next to you, and that will miss.
All right, and then I'm going to take my dodge away. Trying to. I guess that's it. So I will stay there. How about that? End my turn.
All right, next up is Gorlami.
Okay, seeing this little rat right here behind Finn, and he looks like he's kind of cornered in between all of these people. I am going to use a hero point. And you see Gorlami, he's gonna like swing his shield hand around, and as he brings it down, you see this kind of shadowy coalescence around his hand, and he's gonna try to grab the rat on the scruff of its neck and cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay, I think it's gonna be a bit of overkill, but nice. I like the graphics.
Well, I don't think I could kill it in one swing with my hammer, but I think I can kill it one swing with this.
I think your minimum damage of your hammer might have killed the rat, but anyhow.
I didn't know.
Right? No, that's true. So that will certainly hit. Go ahead and post. I want to see how much overkill.
We can
this
explode it.
Yes, this thing does indeed explode, putting nasty rat guts all on the two of you as you just demolish this with necrotic energy.
Stupid rat. I hate all of them. That's 5, 10, 15, 20 to get here. Let's go 25. No, I'm gonna stay there. So that was action. Everybody looks good health-wise. Don't need to use my bonus action to heal. I'm good for now. Hopefully.
All right, turning the corner is another one of these creatures. As it steps up to here, it looks at you, Gorlami, and narrows its eyes, and I will need a wisdom saving throw.
God dang it.
They fucking hate you, man.
Well, I smashed the head in of their leader, so it makes sense.
That is true. And they haven't seen Bryn yet, except for right now.
All right, Josephine's turn.
Is there room down there?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
go punch things.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I get here without... Oh, no, I can still... Because I'm still engaged with them if I move over there.
You are, yep.
So yeah, so I won't provoke an opportunity attack here. So I'm going to go here and here. Will it have cover from me if I attack from here, though?
No.
Okay. So I am going to swing out with my Force Fists. This is going to be... attack numero uno.
That will connect.
Or 9 force damage. I still have it coded as bludgeoning. Attack numero 2.
Okay, you can't do numero and 2. It's got to be numero dos, right?
Sure.
All right. This one, yeah, that'll connect as well.
Okay. So another 10.
Wounding it badly.
Oh, fuck. So, I'm going to spend a key point on Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
So, 2 more punchy boys. Oh god, I closed my character sheet. Sorry. So here comes number 3. I assume that must hit.
That is going to miss. And you realize, as this misses, some part of you just, I don't know, you just don't really want to strike this guy.
Interesting. Well, I got one more attack. So, can I not do it? Is it like a sanctuary spell?
No, you can certainly attack.
I will try one more time.
Yeah, you do manage to connect. And that will be enough to drop him.
Mashing him. And that is all my attacks, so I will stay here and brace back against the door.
I love this little Josephine.
Bramble would have done damage like that. Weep softly. No, he just got 8.
Josephine, moving through the hallway, is another one of these creatures. It narrows its eyes at you, and I'll need a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. You got it, boss man. Where is my... Oh, fuck me. I keep doing this.
Close your character sheet again.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
Weird effect, but yes, you're able to shake it off pretty easily. All right, Miza's going to join you guys in this. So as we move to the top of the next round, that is where we're going to go ahead and pause it for tonight, folks. So hope you enjoyed tonight's session. Got into here, killed this wormy-like creature, got into fighting these rats. And yeah, we will pick up on the other side next week and see how things conclude here in the old mine.
Great job, guys. Looks like 20 megs is enough.
Yes, good job, yeah.
I want to say good job, everybody, on using your powers and talking and communicating. It looks like we've done pretty decent so far.
We did much better this week.
Indeed, yes. And welcome back to Brian and Natalie. It was good seeing you guys in the session again.
Yeah, it was
Good
fun.
to be
Thanks,
back.
guys.
Good session.
Have a good night, folks. We'll see y'all next week.
See you guys. Enjoy the
Peace
week.
out.
See ya.
Goodbye, everybody.